These two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. How the fuck's that even happen? They're two grown men on a mission now, so buckle up and just strap in.
For the summer, I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I'd take her if I had one wish, but she's been gone since that summer.
These two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. It's America's barley basket.
Welcome to episode 127 of America's Barley Basket. My name is Nathan Folsbuck. Sitting next to me, physically, is Marlon Wells.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Marlon.
That was unnerving.
I didn't. You ever make like if you do something weird to your body, you don't know what noise is going to come out?
Oh, tell me.
I did a
it.
weird mouth and nose inhale so hard I didn't know what noise would expel. So, was it masculine? I was kind of in a trance, or was it? Would I be proud? Would my dad want to hear that on the radio?
No.
Well, good to know.
Like, I can't really answer your first question, but would your dad like it? Absolutely not.
Well,
that one I can answer for sure.
Well, he's going to have to cope because it's going on the airwaves, baby.
No, I feel like he does. I feel like he has to
oh
cope
my
every
God.
fucking day.
Yep, he swallowed that pill 25 years ago. So I wanted a good one. I should have had more.
Which means he held out a while.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
'Cause it's not like you're 20.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, you always hold hope for your kids in their teens. They're in a real fucking liquid state. They could maybe turn it around, but eventually it's like, Jesus.
Their life is still malleable at some point.
Yeah.
We should get your dad on the show. We should have him call in sometime.
Oh.
Mr. Folsbach, when did you give up?
Holy, that'd be a good one. I don't think they ever give up. At least they just changed the fucking goal.
Just move the goalposts.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be a dentist, but maybe he won't go to jail. I think that my mom moved the goals a lot. Like he owns a toothbrush. Good for him.
You take the little victories.
Yeah. It might just be for show, but he owns it. Some people don't.
Some rent, but not my Nathan.
He owns his own toothbrush like a big boy.
That's her bragging about you at the salon with the gals.
On the yearly Christmas letter.
Nathan got himself a toothbrush.
We've had two different people say they have heard about him brushing his teeth.
Some successful cousin reading that Christmas letter like, what the fuck?
Glad I moved.
Thank God.
They're doing so well there.
Oh, my God. Not to get all Andy Rooney right up at the top, Nathan, but I got a bone. I got a bone to pick.
Oh, shit.
I got a bone.
Let's hear it. Bone it up.
I'm done
wiping. It's wasteful. The toilet clogs. I don't like the plunger. Yeah, funny how you unclog a nightmare toilet and just set the plunger next to the shitter like it didn't happen.
Yep.
Just in your home.
Yep.
If you were to reach in and unclog that toilet with your hand, you would soak it in a fucking bath of bleach and varnish for a month.
Yep.
You would not stop thinking about it.
Nope.
But that plunger covered in human waste.
Yep.
And just chilling.
Yep.
You're done. Have a seat. Just get back on the bench, buddy. We'll call you when we need you.
That plunger, you pull it straight out of the dookie water. Give it like a courtesy roll in the fresh water that's coming out of the into the bowl.
You flush and you get the fresh water. You give it a couple daps. It deserves a dap.
You treat it.
Good girl. I had to work at a horse too hard.
Giving your plunger a carrot.
Here you go.
Got a sugar cube. Lay your fingers flat so it doesn't bite.
I never trusted a horse. Christ. I wasn't around them enough. I remember feeding a horse a carrot when I was about 5 years old. I was so fucking scared. Goddamn dumb fucking I hated horses as long as I've known them. Like, big dumbs. They got fucking, those teeth could eat a boy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh.
You never seen a boy eater? A boy eating horse? Yeah, they're around. They're a 1,400-pound muscle on chopsticks.
It's insanity.
You look at a horse doesn't make sense.
Horses are like the dumbest dog you could find, and you just amplify its size times 10. Like it's like a giant Dalmatian. Like why do we fucking lionize these? People will ruin their marriage because of how much they love the horses.
Horse people, like extreme horse people.
It's a sickness.
Yep.
Ruin your farm. Bankrupt a family. I know two that I can think of.
Sell the house before they'll sell the horses.
Live in a camper before you sell the fucking horses.
Yep. You best you're going to be sleeping under that horse, you hobo.
You know, the Simpsons, they like to dunk on the French, and so do we as Americans. Them motherfuckers eat the fucking things. We should take a page out of France's book.
Good.
Take them down
protein,
a peg or two.
Super lean.
Supposed to be a good meat. Why? Because they're cute? We could fucking saddle break a cow. I bet you ain't gonna get places fast, but you could do it.
I've seen someone sitting on a cow. Yeah,
really?
Totally.
No shit.
Yeah.
God, do you think could you fucking saddle break a cow whenever you could jump on and give it a and fucking?
I don't think you can get that far, but
it just wouldn't buck you off.
Right. You can get one to where you can sit on it without it being too grumpy.
They train oxen to fucking pull a plow, I guess,
but not for riding.
Interesting.
That's the thing. When you have a question like that, think. Boy, I've never seen it done, so it's probably been tried.
They would have back in the day, you know, so you could probably train oxen to pull a wagon.
Oh, yeah,
that's
totally.
Yeah. But you're just not going to fucking get on it and get it to hop over a fucking azalea bush.
Right. You can't do a lot of oxen dressage. Yeah. That's not a real thing.
Some fancy trotting.
You got your little helmet and your high boots.
Your pantaloons. Holy fuck, me squeezing into a pair of pantaloons.
And sitting on an ox. That's pretty funny.
Onward, Quicksilver. It just shits everywhere. It's sitting down in its own shit. We have to go back to the drawing board. Damn you, Quicksilver. We practiced all month.
This is the worst Olympics I've ever watched. Oh, God.
It takes a huge shit. It turns around and starts eating its own shit as I'm protesting on top of it.
No, Quicksilver, no.
This is so based.
You're embarrassing me.
You've risen above this, Quicksilver.
Embarrassing you? You're sitting on a cow in the middle of this arena for no reason with your dumb little helmet and your high boots.
And some reason I'm mic'd. The whole fucking rodeo's hearing my fucking breakdown.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
But my bone. We've reached critical mass, Nathan. I'm done.
That's what you say when you shit.
As I reach for the
I regret swearing off wiping.
Well, if you swore off wiping, you would learn who your true friends are pretty fucking quick. How long does it take for one of them to pull you aside and be like, you need to wipe your
when they first, do any of them have the nerve to ask? Like, are you sick? Or you're like, what? Nah, man, I'm just done with it. Done with what? Wiping my ass, man. It's just wasteful. You know how much money I spent on toilet paper here? I don't know, man. $30? Yeah. Think of that over a decade.
Just showing them the hard math.
I will buy you toilet paper. It's the principle, man. I'm just done with it.
Oh, God. Please wash your ass.
I wash it, man, every few days. I'm just done wiping.
Every few days? Now I have more questions.
Washing your hair in the sink with a dirty ass. You're not getting in my car till you wash your ass. I'll do it tomorrow. I have a schedule. My dog doesn't wipe its ass, and everyone loves it.
Yeah, he washes it with his mouth. You're going to do that?
Give me a minute.
I ain't got the hip flexors for it. Oh, fuck.
You can toss yourself up. You're going to make a chunk of change online.
I always used to laugh at that like old hackney fucking joke about like, oh, if I could suck my own dick, I'd never leave the house. It's like, I get the joke, but you're still sucking somebody's dick, right? It just happens to be yours.
And you can't be comfortable.
That's what you're concerned about.
I mean, like, you're under some serious physical duress.
You're
like,
gonna cramp up.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Get that under the rib cramp.
Yeah. You'd have to fucking have a drip of Pedialyte going just to keep you from not cramping. Explaining that to the fucking woman working at the fucking prenatal section of a Walgreens. Funny story.
You gonna get any more of the grape in? No, just strawberry. I'm gonna be sucking my dick for a while.
Online.
Pedialyte online. Yeah.
Give you a link.
Oh God. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done with devices that need to be plugged in to recharge. I reached my limit. I can't have one more thing in my life that needs to be
a wall plug-in
recharged. Like, I have the plugins for it. I have the USB ports for it. I own so many USB port bricks. But I'm done. Like, I tried to watch The Simpsons this morning because I like to watch them the day we record, so they're fresh in my mind. And I couldn't watch The Simpsons because my Roku remote needed to be charged up because it doesn't just have fucking batteries in it anymore.
Shit.
I had to buy a new Roku a few weeks ago because my old Roku
fell
bought
in the tub.
farm. Yeah, it fell in the tub while I was washing my dirty asshole that I don't wipe anymore.
No shit. So like it just does have a little stand you put it, or just a
fucking cord. It's plugged in on that couch right next to you. That black cord. If you follow that, it's plugged. The other end's plugged into the ass end of my Roku remote.
What the hell?
I can't do it anymore. My fucking phone, my iPad, my laptop, my earbuds, my fucking remote.
Prostate massager.
My prostate massager. That
can't have batteries.
All
you
the
can't
time.
have batteries going that far inside you.
Right. Maybe we'll allow for the prostate massager. Yeah.
You got that lanyard, that safety you tie around the bathroom door handle.
Yeah, I'm fine having to recharge the boy buzzer. I'm fine with that. I don't need.
When the maintenance man shows up to change the toilet tank out because it's got a chip in it. Sir, I assure you, if you open that bathroom door, you're not going to like what happens.
Oh God. But I just can't. Let's just go back to double A's. Put double A's in everything. What are we doing?
And I think when people say hashtag adulting, all that kind of shit, you know what's a true sign of being an adult? When you buy a 20 brick of AA batteries. Yeah. It's like, you know what? I need 2 right now, but I'm going to need batteries in the next decade, so why not?
I own a fucking Mondo pack of AA batteries. I haven't touched them in 2 fucking years because everything's got to be plugged into a goddamn wall.
That's fucking a remote control burns through a battery once a decade. Why not just keep them on batteries?
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, this is dumb. And the Roku I had before this, AAA batteries, that's fine. I mean, I got some of those laying around too. But like, that's normal. That's what a normal remote should have.
Yeah. Shame on you, Roku, if you're listening. Roku Co.
You fucking up, Roku Co.
Yeah. The manufacturer of our favorite prostate massagers, keep up the good work.
Yeah, boy buzzer, you're doing great. I'm perfectly fine. I wore it all day today.
I got the party horseshoe halfway up my ass.
I was out buying cabbage. I got the shivers in the produce department. It was fine. Everything was fine. Nobody knew nothing.
Deep in prayer or epileptic or something.
I just had one leg going like the king, you know.
Easy.
One for the money. Oh, fuck.
Holy fuck. Get in a hotel room. Everything's been clean, but they forgot to untie the fucking belt hooked to a prostate massager that some guy used as his fucking handle. Do I return this to just throw it in the garbage?
Jesus, look at the size of this thing. Fight off a mugger with this.
Like nunchucks with 2 thermoses on each end. One of the ends I shouldn't touch.
How many D cells is in this thing?
9 volt. Like a fucking battery powered fucking canteen. Desalinizing water with this fucking butt plug toy.
Is this meant for one person?
Holy fuck. That's my favorite old timey doo-wop song. Is a prostate massager built for 2.
Go down and have a phosphate with your best gal.
The devil's seesaw. There's always that room connected to a high school gym that has just a mix-mash of fucking old sporting equipment, like the High-Ally scoops, the fucking hula hoops. There's a fucking 2-headed prostate massager. It was a fad in the 70s.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, we never use it.
It's still warm.
Mr. Reynolds, somebody's been using it. Like fucking baby bear. He's sleeping in my bed too. Oh God. Oh God. One of those kids bouncing across the gym floor like a phone vibrating across a coffee table.
Where's the kill switch?
You got to ride it out. It's like breaking a Bronco.
It'll tuck her after a while.
Tuck her out. I don't know that I've got it in me. Oh, you got it in you.
Yeah. Assert dominance. It needs to believe you're the pack leader.
Look it in the eyes. Make yourself big. I wonder if people who listen know that that's your I just took a drink of beer laugh. And they don't think that that's part of your real laugh. Yeah. You're like, sounds like somebody's got Grover in the trunk.
Yeah. It's a real satisfied giggle, like, oh, too many Christmas pies.
While at the same time trying not to spit out my beer.
Yep.
Oh, fuck me.
Man.
Also, I think it's funny that, like, no matter how complicated toilets get, plunger technology hasn't changed in 55 years.
Sometime post-World War II, they probably came out with that weird...
The light bulb shaped one that has the extra mouth on it, like a xenomorph.
Yep. Wonder if that makes a difference. I don't know if I've never owned one.
Neither have I. Maybe lets you. I could see you being able to get a better seal with that.
I'm a believer. If you fuck up a toilet so bad the plunger doesn't work, just give it the night. Let fucking Mother Nature take its work. That water will eat up that shit a little bit. Mm-hmm. Come back the next day and close the lid. Close that lid. Flush the toilet and just pray. And just hope it goes down. That's a satisfying feeling when you hear it go down the fucking tubes. Like, oof, finally.
Dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever, like, it's not like...
I have.
It's not like dirty dishes. Just let it soak overnight. It'll be fine. Like, I've never had to go that far.
Because for me, the plunger is the last fuck. I hate it. Because it's gross.
Of course it is.
The fucking poo-poo stick just chilling.
It's not supposed to be pleasant.
Yeah, the fucking shit stick is just as close to you as like an e-brake in a truck. That should be out of eyesight. The family shouldn't talk about it. Like, that should be with the 2-headed fucking prostate massager. But nope.
Just another one of your father's secrets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or even, I've done it. Well, that toilet's clogged. Close the lid, take a shower. You need to shower after a shit. You ain't coming back clean after that one without fucking soap and water. Then flush. All it takes is time sometimes. That's one to grow on there. I hope someone that listens to this uses that advice and it works. Like, I'll be damned.
Next week they gum up the works real bad. And they're like, well, that guy on that Simpsons podcast,
he assured me.
he told me if you just let it sit a while.
And like some shitty toilet paper like hardened like quickcrete. Like, we had to move.
It's like leaving oatmeal in the bowl overnight. This is just sculpture now.
They had to change the pipe to the water main in the street. Like, bill's $40,000.
They just sheetrocked over my door. They just pretend there's not an apartment there anymore.
It's like the 13th floor of a hotel. Bad juju's all the guy said.
To meld those two things together, you ever plug up a hotel toilet, you go to the doctor. Because a hotel toilet will pull your balls off your body with the suction that it creates. Hotel rooms at some point must have just decided, you know what? The one place we're not skimping is toilets. We need torque toilets. Yeah. We need high horsepower toilets. Every toilet in every hotel I've ever stayed in is terrifying. Flushes like a goddamn airplane toilet.
Yeah, they're using aeronautic fuel for those. You know where else? Perhaps more strong than a hotel toilet is a rest stop toilet.
Yep, because they also don't want to be getting that call to drive out to the middle of nowhere and unplug a toilet.
You could throw whole rolls of toilet paper into a truck stop or a rest stop like it's a fucking wishing well. It'll suck them all down. It might take a few fucking rotations, but it'll get them down.
I mean, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Start with a ham, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
I bet 3 flushes it could take down a half ham. You know, a whole ham's going to gum up the works. But,
what, with the bone and all?
If it could somehow suck the bone through, then it would have a fucking entry point for all the water. You might get a whole,
But if you cross-thread that bone, it ain't going anywhere. Yeah.
I hope engineers have had to deal with that.
Oh, cross-thread the bone.
Hey, Marlon.
Okay, here we go.
You know who I'm pretty certain has never flushed a ham down a public restroom toilet before?
Who's that?
The Simpsons.
Yeah, probably The Simpsons. I can see Bart doing that as
That's
a prank.
True, Jesus.
Or Homer doing that, trying to get rid of ham evidence.
Yeah, he had a ham that Marge didn't okay, and he's trapped in a public restroom.
Secret shame ham.
Yeah, shame ham. Oh,
shame
man.
ham.
Shane Ham sounds like it could be like the third leading role in the Yellowstone show.
Absolutely. For all I know, that is a character's name on that
plays
show.
Kevin Costner's son.
Shane Ham. We are talking about The Simpsons. We're in the center cut of season 29. We're starting with episode 9, Gone Boy. Is Gone Girl any good? I've never seen it.
Gone Girl's good.
It is good?
Yep.
What's the gist? What's the back of the box?
Gone Girl. I get those movies mixed up. I want to make sure I don't get Gone Girl and Gone Baby Gone mixed up because they're both fucking thriller, crime. But Gone Girl, I think, is a woman. It's a real whodunit, million twists and turns. A woman that gets kidnapped, but you don't know if she is behind it and set it up, or if she truly was a victim and she comes back. And there's twists and turns. It's one of those movies. There are 7 pivotal spoilers that will ruin a movie.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
You gotta be careful writing the back of the box blurb for that one.
Yep, exactly. Or it's like they probably could only show clips from the first 20 minutes in the trailer, or it's like, it's like, why is she on a fucking dirt bike? Oh, wait a second, you know, like.
Is that a spoiler? Does she have a
my
dirt
bad. I don't know. Emily Blunt's into dirt bikes.
Yeah, I would have been excited to see that Kawasaki, but that fella on that podcast ruined it. Thank God he gave me toilet tips.
Yeah.
I do like when you see the oldest timey plunger, the wood handle red suction cup.
I think might be in my bathroom right now because, you know, fucking cheap Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
Get the 75-cent plunger from a fucking dollar store. break off in your hand. Now you got a fucking toilet stump. How do you remove that?
And your hand's all full of splinters now. And I got a shower.
Yeah. That involves that weird fucking pliers looking thing that you used to use to remove brake fucking springs from like fucking old fucking drum brakes.
Yeah, like the reverse plier.
Works for broken plungers too. Who fucking cares? You're purchasing one. Till that day you need it. Holy shit, plunging a toilet and the handle cleanly coming off in your hand would be so insane. Not a break, just a pop. Yeah, that's your move.
Yeah. It's either that or go in for this cup. And
I've reached into a toilet within the last 2 months.
just for funsies?
No, I knocked a bag of fucking floss sticks off a shelf above my shitter.
Pick things.
Yeah, and I mean, it was fucking fresh water, but I scooped them out and threw them in the trash, you know, but I don't care how fucking pristine that toilet is or how clean that water is. Fucking putting your hand in a toilet sucks. Jesus.
I was so happy when you said you threw them away.
Yeah,
because
they could be rinsed. Holy fuck. That's Dirt Dog living there. I got a spaghetti strainer. You pour them out.
Because you're a fucking tight ass. I know that. And those things aren't super cheap.
Yeah.
I was sitting here as you were telling that story going, oh no.
Yeah, just me in my bathroom looking at my freshly rinsed fucking toothpicks slowly rising in. Fucking Hello Darkness, my old friend starts playing. The sounds of silence. Me crying, cleaning my teeth.
Oh, I'm pretty sad I got this ham in my teeth.
I shouldn't eat so much popcorn. I wouldn't need so many of these.
I could see you just being like, fuck it, the mouthwash afterwards kills it all anyway. YOLO.
Yeah. Why you buy it? I had an uncle, New Year's Eve, fucking went too hard. He wasn't a young man. Well, he was old enough to have dentures. Ralphing into a toilet and his dentures went down the fucking toilet.
Oh, no.
And I think the story is he kind of lost his balance, as one can do when you're drunk puking.
What?
And just 1 in a million, his fucking palm hit the fucking flusher. And fucking dentures are $1,800 to $3,000.
Yeah.
They had to take the fucking toilet apart. They figured out a way to get his fucking dentures out of that fucking toilet.
You buy new dentures.
Ooh, $3,000 though.
Toilet teeth?
Toilet
Is that
teeth.
what you want?
Man,
You want toilet teeth?
I could out of sight, out of mind for $3,000. You want to take a fucking Steph Curry mouth guard thing, put it in a toilet, flush it, give me $3,000. I boil that fucker, put it in my mouth. I'm fucking shooting threes and showing off my mouth guard.
Oh boy.
Is it ideal? Is it? Should a man have a job that's good enough you don't have to wear poo-poo fucking mouth guards for some sick rich man's kicks? I wish I could be an engineer. I wish I was a dentist.
This has come up before on this show. I love that your example of doing well, like when you need a career off the top of your head, it's always dentist.
Is it?
Yep. And I love that. I love that you think like it, because it's not unattainable. It's just like, doing really well, like a dentist.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me.
I've never seen a dentist driving a Pontiac in 2023.
No, I've never seen one driving a Lambo either.
Yeah. I bet if you're in a big city and you do Gucci $1 million, like knock every tooth out of your mouth and put a fucking Hollywood smile in you. Yeah. Those guys are driving Lambos.
Yeah, if you can get some upsell going, if you can sell them on the underbody wash,
if you're
doing all right.
Filling cavities for dipshit kids in fucking Rugby, North Dakota, you're not fucking driving.
Yeah, then you ain't driving anything fancy.
Yeah.
So episode 9 is gone, boy. We see Sideshow Bob picking up trash off the side of the highway because Bob is in prison, of course. Him and the rest of the inmates doing that old chestnut cleaning up on the side of the road. It must come from somewhere, and I don't know what it is. But the prison boss here is doing I assume doing an impression because every prison boss character is this guy.
Huh.
Is there a well-known like prison chain gang boss characters somewhere in a movie or something that I just don't know.
The only ones I can think of are like the one from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? But he's like just like supposed to be terrifying with the sunglasses, but he doesn't talk much. Yeah, he's the devil. And then the other one's the high-pitched voice one from, or maybe he's the warden, but from Cool Hand Luke. What we got here is failure to communicate.
Okay.
But I can't think of any other like chain gang guys. Yeah.
Or maybe that's just what everyone thinks they look like. Maybe
that
that's
could be
it.
too. Yeah.
I've always thought like they must be doing a caricature of someone I don't know. You know what I mean? And we just came off of last week where it's like people don't know that Frink is Jerry Lewis. People don't know that Quimby is JFK. So
very good point.
So that kind of thinking was fresh in my head when I watched these. Homer brings back this SUV that they rented for wherever they went. They don't really say where they went. I love their like disregard for the rental car.
Yeah.
Like they have fucking food in it everywhere. Homer encourages Lisa to throw up in it.
That is good.
And he takes it back to the rental service to give it back to Pally, and he's like, "Oh, you left with half a tank. You're giving it back with 3/4? That's amazing." So Homer, of course, won't stand for this.
Insanity.
And goes out to burn off 1/4 of a gallon of a tank. And when he's got that car jacked up with the wheels spinning and using it as a football thrower, like a ball launcher, is very funny.
Yeah, that is good.
Him like teetering in between the lift bridge, whatever you call that bridge.
And just running the tires.
Just watching it burn. That's fun. It has no bearing on the episode, but it's a fun set of sight gags. Bart has to use the bathroom. Insists that Homer pull over. Homer recommends he just pee in the car because it's a rental.
That's so sick. Jesus Christ, you're a fucking animal pissing in a car.
I've only rented a car like twice, and I treated it like it was my mom's. Like just why would I disrespect this vehicle for no reason?
And like for me, even not out of like a nice like being polite, it's also like I feel like this company must have ways to safeguard, and they can fucking bust me for doing something dumb.
Right? Yeah.
It's like return it like you got it. You're like a hotel.
Yeah.
You don't treat a hotel room like you don't piss in a hotel room.
Maybe you don't.
Square.
Nerd. No, you piss in the power toilet that's in there.
Yeah, right. Witness that fucking mechanical wonder.
Does it go to space? So Bart goes off into the woods to take a leak and falls down a manhole that's out in the woods. And he is in some like abandoned 1950s missile silo.
This is a great, I mean, I'm jumping ahead here, but this is a great way to fucking like get there to be a search for Bart.
Yep.
Like, I love this concept.
Yep.
Like, he's okay because he's in somewhere that's temperature controlled, apparently.
Yep. He's got freeze-dried pears and freeze-dried apples.
Yeah. So I enjoyed this premise a whole lot.
Yeah. It gave me flashbacks of when he pulled that prank that he was stuck in a well with that tape recorder, and then everyone looked for him, and then when they found him and found out that it wasn't real, then they were pissed. I was shocked they didn't make a reference to it.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
because these late model Simpsons are kind of into referencing. Yeah, and old stuff,
referencing stuff that's kind of obscure too.
Yeah, exactly. So I would have thought that they would, but they didn't. So Bart's down in this missile silo. Marge doesn't take the news well. Homer breaks it to her. She, of course, freaking out. So now they got a huge, search party. That's what it's called. They got a search party for Bart, and they enlist the help of the prisoners. So Bob, of course, is pretty psyched about this.
Christmas for that guy.
Yeah, he's all excited. Ooh, I get to search for Bart because he's Bob's extra crazy in this episode, which is
good
fun.
Point. Yeah. There's a scene when like the word's getting around about Bart being missing, and Milhouse is all worried because he's lost his friend.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this. It's because it's quick. Nelson just like, I can be your new friend. And fucking Milhouse is like, what? Like, honestly, like, what?
What'd you say?
He's like, nothing, shut up. Like, we haven't got an emo fucking Nelson in a while. I like
secretly sad Nelson. Yeah. When his sadness peeks through the cracks.
I can be your new friend. To Milhouse.
Yeah.
Like,
what? Nothing. Shut up.
He's really in his feels if he's fucking opening up to Milhouse.
Yep. We get some emotional Nelson this time, this go around. I love the visual of Bart down in that control room using his light up sneaker as a flashlight.
Yeah. That was good.
That is not. That would not work, I don't think. But good on him. Good cartoon gag.
Yeah.
Also, was any 10-year-old wearing light up sneakers in 2017?
I feel like this could be wrong. This is a real 20% chance it's right. I feel like maybe they had a comeback in the last 10 years.
Okay.
There was a brief, but just like the light up sneaker phenomenon of the 90s was pretty brief too.
Yeah. Are they making them in adult sizes yet? Can I get a 10 and a half quadruple E light up? No, fuck that. I'd probably have to charge it. I don't fucking want it.
Yeah. You think they'd be like kinetic energy, you'd hope.
Oh, fuck.
It was LA Gear, right? That made the light up shoes?
I mean, they were a brand.
Yeah,
I think
they pioneered the technology. Yeah, I think they did. I get LA Gear and British Knights mixed up in my head.
Fuck is British Knights?
BKs? Oh, BKs were a thing, late 80s, early 90s.
A shoe?
Fresh pair of BKs changed your fucking outlook on life. But they quickly became passe. It was one of those things, Fila was hot in 1995. By 1999, you could buy them at Walmart.
I'm wearing Fila shorts right now.
They're back. Fila shoes are back. One of my nephews pointed that out to me. Filas are cool again.
Are they?
From cool to Walmart, back to cool again.
Everything, time's a flat circle, right?
What I'm saying is don't throw any of your athletic wear away. It will be cool again.
I'll make sure not to throw all the athletic wear I have.
When you blow the ass out of your basketball shorts from eating too much Halloween candy, get them sewed.
Oh, too close to home, brother. Too real. Too real.
Blowing them seams.
Bart sets up a makeshift ramp thing to try to jump out of here, and he almost gets out, but the ladder breaks. But while he's down here, he finds a phone, like a wooden box crank phone, which I assume was real. And he fucking, oh, good, thank God. And he cranks on the phone, picks up the receiver, and prank calls Mo. Damn it, Bart.
You love the consistency, though.
Yep. And while he's on the phone with Mo, like the cord fucking smokes out. Now the phone's broken.
Yeah.
Milhouse finds the hole that Bart fell down, and Bart's like, "Oh, thank God you're here. Throw me your phone." First off, no. Why doesn't Milhouse call for help?
No shit.
Secondly, that shot of Bart standing there looking up, and you just see the phone land on the floor and shatter. It's very funny. So Milhouse, he's gonna go get help. And it's around now when they decide that Bart is dead. He's for sure dead. We've looked long enough. He's for sure dead. And they just accept it. Everyone just accepts this as fact. Yeah. And this fucking scene where Lisa, poor distressed, sad, crying Lisa, opens the door and it's Milhouse. And he's like, oh, I came over. And she gives him a big hug and you see the gears turn and he's just like, yeah, he's dead. Like, he just goes with it.
God, that's
for a Lisa hug. Lets her believe that her brother is dead.
And I think pulls away and then goes back in, keeping
goes
the lie
in for
alive.
another hug.
Yeah.
Yep. God damn it.
I mean, he's a troubled young man.
Very.
So,
yeah. We're back in the prison and Bob is in therapy. I forget how this scene goes, more or less, but he's just talking things out with his therapist. And then, like, the therapist is like, well, he's gone now. Bart's gone, so you can move on. Here, take these scissors and cut him out of this photo. And Bob takes the scissors and sticks it in his fucking leg and escapes. And I do like that the doctor is just like, why do I always give them scissors? As if this is not the first time this has happened. So Bob has escaped. He goes to the Simpson house as Milhouse is leaving and gets a hold of Milhouse, and Milhouse takes him to Bart. We get like a Bob musical number, of course. Yeah. He's got to sing a little opera to get Milhouse to agree to take him.
This is talking about like just the fucking arc of the story. Not only is this a good way to make Bart be gone, it's also a great way to fucking bring a fresh way to have a fucking Sideshow Bob episode.
Yep, I like this one. I like Sideshow Bob episodes, and this is a good one.
We've had a couple where, boy, it's like I enjoy, but boy, this seems kind of forced or just kind of too outlandish. But this fits perfectly.
We had a few flat ones in the middle, but we're back. I think we're back up on high quality Sideshow Bob episodes. Like, remember the opera one where he like moved to Italy?
Yeah, had the family.
That was a weird one.
Yeah.
So Sideshow Bob gets to the control room with Milhouse and straps him to this fucking rocket and is going to launch him into space like it's a Tekken ending. And the family is all out looking because Bart, like, doesn't Bart get the phone working again and calls his mom?
He like tapes the cord together or something.
Yeah. And then like calls her, and so she knows he's alive.
Yeah.
But then the phone starts on fire, so the phone's done now.
Yeah.
We had to get one more use out of it for the story, so we had to write in that he was able to fix it. Marge already dressing in black with a veil. Ridiculous. So the family are now the only ones out looking for Bart because everyone else believes he's dead. Bob is fucking losing it. He's got the kids strapped in. The countdown has begun. He's ready to fucking blow these two up into the sky. And like has this moment and decides to call his therapist of like, should I do this? And the therapist very calmly is just like, well, if you are calling, then you already know the answer, which is pretty good therapy talk.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And we see the missile take off, but Bob cut the boys down. They're standing in the control room, but the missile took off. And they have kind of a nice little moment of like, oh, whatever. And then Homer and Abe find the hole, and they're going to get them out of there. And then we see the missile land in a modern art sculpture garden and blow up and kills like 3 fucking art snobs.
Yeah.
And now Bob is back in jail.
When Homer and I don't even know if Abe's with, but when Homer runs into fucking Shaquille O'Neal in the mountains.
Yep.
I love the idea of Shaquille O'Neal being a recreational snowshoer.
Yeah, because they see the huge footprints and they're like, that's either Sideshow Bob or Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. And that's when Shaq comes walking by and goes, not me, I'm going that way. Like,
and somehow they scare him, right? And he takes off in a panic.
Yeah, he says something along the lines of like, but can't you fly? Aren't you Superman? He's like, no, but you have a Superman tattoo. And he's like, I don't like that you know so much about me. I don't have any money. And then he flies away like Superman, which I thought was dumb. That seemed like a Family Guy joke instead of a Simpson joke, but it was still pretty funny.
Yeah, I think Shaq had to have done his own voice.
Yep, he did. He absolutely did. I love Shaq. I think Shaq is so great.
Yeah.
Shaq is one of those dudes, much like Tom Hanks, where it's like, those two would be the last 2 people I would ever expect to hear like sexual assault allegations about. Like that would be the bottom 2 on my guest list.
They're not going to be on the fucking flight log to fuck mountain or whatever. Right. Fucking that'd be a bummer. God, didn't the fucking QAnon people try to make fucking Tom Hanks into a fucking baby eating perv or something like that?
Probably. Who knows what they're talking about right now?
Tom and Rita Hanks.
Oh yes, Rita for sure, a monster. Yeah,
definitely is eating a fucking human fucking growth fucking hormone. Like, give me a fucking break.
Draining these 9-year-olds out of all their adrenochrome. Yeah. Getting fucking blood transfusions out of these infants to feel young. Yeah, that was a good episode. I like that. I like when Shaq shows up in things. I was very excited.
Again, like I mentioned before, not a lot of laughs, but I just liked the premise. I was engaged. Like, it's a fun story, but a little light on laughs, but whatever.
Yeah, a little light, and it's a far-fetched one. Like, Bart falls in a goddamn 50s missile silo that no one knew was here. Really? I liked when he was flipping through, there's a collection of records down there, and like there were a couple album title jokes. One of them was just Elvis Presley does it for the money. I was like, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I like Elvis Presley, but that's pretty funny. The King sure put out a few of those.
Yeah. Oh my God, how much stuff did he do in his career that he had no say in or didn't want to do?
Well, thanks to the Colonel, I feel like there was a lot of it.
Or I don't know, towards the end, maybe he just had creditors. Maybe he never had money problems.
Outside of what the Colonel was keeping from him, probably
the
not.
Colonel's money problems were Elvis's money problems.
Yeah, those were passed along.
Let's check out episode 10, Ha Ha Land. We get no intro.
Yep, none. Cold open.
We had a run there for a while where, God, that was commonplace.
Very, yep.
Now it's really stuck out. It had been so long.
Yeah, I feel like they, in the past few seasons, have really embraced the couch gag.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, we haven't gotten a cold open or a repeated couch gag in a long time.
Good point on that. Like, the prime, what people consider prime era of Simpsons, they were cycling through the same 5 couch gags a lot.
Yeah, like you saw the same ones every season.
Yeah.
You know, same handful.
So with this, I knew immediately, or at least I assumed, going to be a La La Land spoof kind of. Seen La La Land?
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
Is it good?
I enjoy it. And I'm not a musical guy. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm not a musical guy either.
We laugh at movies that are not date movies. La La Land could be a date movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw an arm around a shoulder.
Yeah. But I mean, now that I say that, it has a sad ending, but it's a fun movie up until it gets real.
Oh, okay.
Right? I mean, no one fucking, kills their kid in a dirt bike accident, kills themselves, hard cut to credit.
Jesus.
What have I done? Click. And then fucking Randy Newman's Short People comes on. Like, who chose this? Holy fuck. Have a brutal hard cut ending and a fucking uplifting Randy Newman song comes on. Him just beating on a piano. Short people, doop, short people.
You got a friend in me. Oh, fuck.
You Got a Friend of Me should play during the credits of that Antichrist movie.
Play Tutti Frutti in that opening scene.
Cowabunga.
Or Wipeout.
Yeah,
Wipeout,
that's what I'm
maybe,
thinking of is Wipeout, yeah.
Right as that baby falls out the window.
Yeah.
Wipeout. Boy, that movie's a tough one.
Yep.
Oof.
Not a date movie.
No, not
Maybe I'm a
even
prude.
little bit.
Not a date movie.
No. See Willem Dafoe's whole horn right up front.
Got a fucking hammer on him to Jay.
Didn't you suspect it though?
1/8 of his mass is hog. Think of that. Like,
He's a frail man.
yeah. I bet when he gets a hard on, it's like being a type 1 diabetic. Like, people have to keep an eye on him because all the blood is down there. I hope he doesn't get a hard on when he's driving a bumpy truck or something like that. He could crash. He'd fucking black out, like find his charred corpse of an exquisite fucking chub.
Jesus, you see Willem Dafoe's fucking disco stick here? God damn. Those type of fellas though always got them. They're always swinging.
Yeah,
them fucking
weird wiry guys.
Yep, them skinny white dudes, big Adam's apple, big knuckles, huge horn. Looking like a fucking pile of horse bones with a giant rod.
With a fucking horse hammer. So the episode begins. They're not even hiding the fucking the La La Land love because it starts with a traffic jam like La La Land does.
Okay.
And everyone getting out of their cars and singing, except this, they're singing about Springfield. Usually not a fan of musical numbers. This was fun enough because you get some rando characters. We got fucking Bumblebee Man singing.
Yeah, Hans Molman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, about his
I've got to
insulin.
get to dialysis.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Bumblebee Man reveals that he is two men in that Bumblebee suit. Two short men stacked up. That can't be canon.
My first thought on this, I'm like, holy shit, we have like a pastiche episode of a known entity and a perhaps musical episode. I'm like, this could be the worst Simpsons episode ever, but I didn't mind this song. So.
I immediately had my spikes up. I was immediately all hedgehogged out, just like, nope.
But I like all the rando Springfield residents that make an appearance. We get into the story. The Simpsons are bringing Lisa to some kind of nerdy STEM conference. Yeah, I think is what STEM stand for again. And like you told me earlier today.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Oh, look at Jesus Christ, ready, fucking loaded over there.
It's all the subjects I was bad at.
Yeah, no shit, make my head hurt.
Yeah. How about English?
Yeah, right.
I sure do like that one.
They have an acronym that spells out unemployable.
Yeah. Oh fuck. You're not wrong.
We get some gags as they walk in. Early on, right when they pull up at the STEM conference, fucking Otto showing up with a bag of weed stems.
I brought my stems.
What the fuck what did he think
What did he think this was?
What was the end goal?
Yep.
Man, we don't get much Otto anymore.
Nah, just a quick drug joke here and there.
Yep. There were whole Otto episodes early on, like the break or him and that girl and shit. Like,
oh yeah, that whole fucking where she didn't like metal, like she didn't like poison.
Or sometimes, if there's Homer and four other men, Otto would be one of them men. But
well,
never.
Hell, he's one of the pin pals in the first pin pal episode,
shit.
isn't he?
God,
it's him, Mo, Apu, and
is that who? Yeah.
Homer.
But never, ever, ever anymore. We never get him part of any Springfield shit. Like,
speaking of Otto and the fact that he only shows up for drug episodes, over under or bet yes or no. Do you think that by now, as in today, do you think they have done a legalized weed episode with Otto? Because with that being so culturally relevant from 2017 until current, they had to have.
Where he quits bus driving and runs a dispensary.
That's what I would do.
Yep. I think that has to have happened.
Had to have, right?
Yep.
Or it's written on a whiteboard somewhere.
Yep. Or episode plot ideas.
Like that writes itself.
Yeah. Homer goes to work for him.
Totally.
Because you have to incorporate one of the five into it somehow.
Yep.
Like,
or maybe it's Marge because she bakes it. Maybe Marge is baking.
Oh, yep.
Edibles.
She's making edibles for him. Yep, that makes sense. But I wouldn't be shocked, but I'd be fairly surprised if we don't run into that episode in the next 5 seasons.
We could write The Simpsons.
We're doing it right now.
Yeah. We are. Matt Groening, call us.
Yeah. We're groaning for your groining.
Ooh, I didn't like that.
You will later. When he lays his hands upon you. Holy shit. Your first sexual experience with a man is Matt groining. Holy. I know you don't swing that way, but what a fucking bar story.
I mean, I did like Futurama a lot.
37 years old, I put out for the creator of The Simpsons at a hotel bar in Flagstaff.
What am I doing in Flagstaff?
That's part of the fun of the story. What's Matt groining? He's a billionaire.
That's a real like Ron Howard. You might be asking how I got here. Kind of freeze frame.
So this conference is full of all sorts of science stuff, which of course Lisa's having the time of her life exploring. She almost needs like a breather. She's having so much fun looking at all the fucking nerdy shit.
Yeah, she's like intelligence drunk.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is so funny.
So she stumbles off into the lobby just to get away from it all. I think it's in that lobby she meets a jazz pianist kid. I'm assuming about her age.
Yeah.
Named Brandon. And she swoons. This is There's the protagonist, the male protagonist is a fucking jazz pianist in fucking La La Land.
Oh, really?
You probably figured.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
like-
it hadn't crossed my mind.
Yep.
By this point in the episode, I had forgotten we were doing La La Land.
Good point, though, because it's not really featured, like, you know,
Right.
like, because this has nothing to do with L.A., you know,
Right.
it's just the song at the beginning, and then, Jesus, I never even put two and two together. You're right, though, but like, this is straight out of that.
And we've done Lisa Meets a Boy before, you know, so it didn't even occur to me.
Yeah. God, yeah, we've done a lot of that. I bet there's been 15 Lisa Meets a Boy episodes.
They could have a group therapy
Yeah.
with Lisa's boys she's met.
So she swoons for this boy, and during this, did you notice in the background, Frink casually walking by with one of those Ex Machina lady robots
Yeah.
with a Frink fetus inside it?
Oh, God, I didn't notice
Terrifying.
that.
That thing is carrying his baby,
Oh,
and he
boy.
is too chill about it.
Questions.
Yeah. So during all this, Bart is bored out of his skull until he stumbles into this chemist's booth. And the chemist shows Bart some cool stuff you can do with chemistry, which we never had much chemistry in school.
No.
Like, we never had a teacher that was really into it. Like, I've seen enough fucking Mr. Wizard type shit. You can fucking do some buck wild shit with chemistry. We mix this, and all of a sudden no one in the room can see, you know, like fucking, we've made mustard gas, you know, like.
For me, like, it was like Bill Nye and Beekman's World. But those were more like how do things work and not
Yeah.
necessarily pour this in this, and now
Yep.
you have methane,
See,
you know.
I think I barely remember Mr. Wizard. That was like
I don't remember Mr.
that was
Wizard.
80s, early 90s, like maybe Nickelodeon or maybe syndicated, but like, I think he would do that more. Okay, we put this in here and watch what happens, kids, and all this weird colored smoke would come out or
Sure.
something. Which, I don't know. I found that shit fascinating. Kind of still do now. I'm a dope. I'm easily tricked, like clapping. Look what he did.
Yay.
The magic man. Oh, it's science magic.
The smoke was white and now it's green. I think because I'm colorblind.
From what I hear, it's green.
This would have been about the time that, like, not to jump ahead, but we see them being Bart and Milhouse, like watching YouTube videos of this kind of thing. This would have been about the time that was getting hot, where like YouTube. Look at this. Look, science can be fun.
Yeah.
Kind of YouTube videos
Mentos
are
and Coke.
huge. Yeah,
Yep.
Mentos and Coke. You ever do Mentos and Coke?
Nope.
Neither have I.
I was a grown man by the time I knew that
likewise,
concoction.
yeah. Was Pop Rocks and Coke, if you eat those together, your stomach will explode? Was that an urban legend in your time?
No, Pop Rocks were hard to stumble upon, I think. Like, that was only like, I could think of one store that had a wide enough candy selection. Or maybe I just wasn't looking for that shit.
Maybe you weren't looking for the Pop Rocks.
I remember a few kids, I bet I had Pop Rocks 3 times or fewer by the time I was 20. That was not a popular candy.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
But again, I'm not a fruity boy. I'm a Choco boy.
That's what I'm always saying about you, yeah. I'm a fruity boy. I like give me them Pop Rocks.
That's what drew Matt Groening to you. He hears you at the snack machine. Out of Skittles, I'm a fruity boy. Ooh. Hold my calls. Into a Nokia brick phone that he throws in the trash. So what are you doing here?
Just hears me deeper in this Flagstaff gas station going, ooh, Pop Rocks. And that gets his ears up.
I just want to have a jawbreaker. I bet you do.
Jesus. I like that you've painted him as very aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, 70-year-old millionaire. He knows what he likes.
Yeah, I guess so. And doesn't have a lot of time to dilly-dally.
Yeah.
Dilly-dally sounds like what would happen later.
Yeah. That's a charitable way to describe that crime he commits on your fucking lower GI tract.
Dilly-dally's a fun phrase that could be made pretty dirty.
Yep.
You go out to the bar, see if we can't dilly-dally somebody. Jesus.
Jeez, yeah. The bartender's like, do I call someone?
Don't say it in that voice anyway.
So Bart's into chemistry. Lisa's back at school. Now she's hanging out with this Brendan, who apparently lives in their neighborhood. Shows him around the school where they meet Nelson, who attempts to insult Brendan, but only makes Lisa like him more because he has some way of deflecting it.
Nelson clearly jealous.
His fucking line, I have it written here. Lisa, are you getting squishy for this ding dong? So good. Fucking, and she clearly is. This enrages Nelson, so he sicks the bullies on him. But Brandon is able to turn around getting tripped, because bullies do, they trip him. Turns it into this song, like a musical numbers that makes all the girls in the playground fucking swoon.
It was at this point I was reminded, oh right, this is a musical episode.
Yeah, it's like, if not, why are you singing right now? This doesn't, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Meanwhile, Bart has been getting buck wild with science. And he's basically turned the tree fort into a fucking meth lab.
Yeah.
And he's got all the beakers and the fucking burners, and to the point teachers have noticed that he's doing well in science, or he has taken an affinity for it. And not unfairly, Marge very skeptical to the point of concern, because she knows this can't be right. She sends Homer up to the treehouse to investigate, and he finds Bart just doing science stuff with a chemistry set. And he's Homer, am I right? Homer was more like, yeah, it is what it is. He's not doing something terrible now, but Marge never shakes it.
Yeah, like, Marge, rightly so, is concerned.
Yeah. Cut to the bullies get the drop on Lisa and Brendan. I think they're going on a date for ice cream.
At do you remember the name of the ice cream store? I love every time we see the ice cream store. I love the name, Phineas T. Butterfats.
You're right. That is fucking good.
When the bullies are approaching, but they're like waiting on the card reader to read his card.
Yeah.
And Lisa's like, it's like this tense, like, come on, hurry. Yeah. And Lisa's like, just give the ice cream back. And the squeaky voice teen working goes, no way, it was too hard to scoop out.
But they don't have to worry, because they're not there to put the fucking boots to Brendan. They're there so Nelson can sing a rendition of My Funny Valentine with the bullies as his accompaniment.
A real song, I assume?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And God damn it, if Lisa ain't a little smitten.
Yep.
So now we got a love triangle. So Nelson and Brendan are in a battle for Lisa's affections, and she loves it. That's another thing that comes up often.
It's happened before. Yep.
Yeah.
Not all that long ago, in that like episode where they go to, I don't know, Maine or wherever, and Marge opens that shop, and that it's like a competition between that dickhead rich kid,
the Hamptons.
And that episode.
Yeah, it's the rich kid or the rich dickhead kid, and who else is it? I can't even remember.
I think just another
rich kid.
Yeah, but one of them like changes his ways,
right. Yeah.
and Lisa still chooses ponies.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Marge and Homer are still concerned about all the science going on in the treehouse. Marge is convinced she's got it done in about face. She's like, hey, if we trust Bart, he will repay our trust and not disappoint them.
Yeah.
Now Homer, once he hears that, is like, what?
Yeah, like, now he's the skeptical one.
Eventually, they go to a talent show that Bart is participating in. And, I mean, it's like the whole school. It's a school-wide talent show thing. And Nelson is also there, prepared to sing to win Lisa over. And Lisa's, again, she's smitten by this too, because Nelson's stepping out of his comfort zone. Lisa imagines what their future would look like together, and we get a pretty good montage of what a nightmare married life is. Like her holding an infant as he's in jail, like on the other end of a phone, you know?
Yeah,
like,
on the other side of the glass.
Yeah.
Getting married in the strip club.
Yeah. And what is it? He's going to sing, but Lisa tells him not to because he can't sing. Does he decide to play stand-up bass or something like that?
Yeah.
So
pay attention, dingus. I'm the next Charlie Mingus.
Yeah, such a good line. And he doesn't do well. Brandon goes out there and fucking is a shoe-in, knocks it out of the park, but is disqualified when they find out he lives like 10 feet on the other side of a school district line or something like that, because he technically lives in another town. He leaves to go to school somewhere else. Lisa said she'll never see him again, and it's at this time that Nelson also informed her that he's happy she didn't pick him, because he doesn't like singing. He's not who he is, which is good for Nelson.
That's some good self-awareness for Nelson.
It's keeping him from his workout regimen, and he picks up some dumbbells and goes lift weights, get dates as he's doing his reps. God damn it, I laughed. We get Lisa now alone. She realizes it, and God damn it, she's okay with it. So you know what? Good for you, Lisa.
Everybody wins, except Brendan, I guess.
Poor Brendan, but he'll be fine. Okay. He can do okay.
He'll bounce back.
So now it's time for Bart. I was so into the story. We still got Bart coming up here. So he's about to do his demonstration, but before it happens, the fucking cops show up, forbid him from mixing chemicals. Probably some good police work there.
Yeah, shockingly good police work.
Don't let that boy handle fucking caustic chemicals. Marge, again, she's going to trust him. She steps in, like, you know what? If you don't trust him, I'll trust him. And she leans over and pours the first beaker of mystery chemical herself. And then nothing bad happens. And then Bart takes over and he wins the crowd over with all these smokes and things. And he's got some dancers or something.
Lights and sounds.
It's a whole production. Yep. Like, he could tour and do high school lyceums with that.
Absolutely.
Like impressing kids with the power of science. So everything's going okay. Marge and Bart embrace. This is a good moment. Like, I'm so proud of you. And Bart's kind of like, yeah, you shouldn't have trusted me. And then we do a hard cutout and we just see the school and there's an explosion. And I think they call it elephant toothpaste comes out of every window. Like this fucking pink or purple foam just fucking leaks out of every hole of the school. Yeah. Oh my God. So I thought it was fun.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
I was into this. Yeah, it was
especially good. how standoffish I was at the top. Like, I don't want to do a musical episode, but like we barely do. No, like there's two musical numbers,
and I really enjoyed the first one. So that's a fucking win.
Brendan, played by Ed Sheeran, in this episode.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I didn't recognize the voice, but I was like, that has to be somebody for sure.
Good point. Yep.
Also, when Lisa comes into school and Ralphie is like, Brendan and Nelson are fighting. I'm going to go get Daddy's gun. Yeah. And he runs away. And then at the end of the scene, after they're done fighting, like, oh, we'll settle this at the talent show, Ralphie comes in with that revolver and the hat on sideways and just pops off a couple of rounds.
Oh, my God.
Jesus, and Wiggum is there just like, Ralphie, no.
Yeah. And he's like, he has something like, what did I tell you about, like, Ralphie and his fucking logic?
I think it's something along the lines of, what did I tell you about taking Daddy's hat? Yeah. Like, that's what he's mad about, as Ralphie is popping fucking rounds off on a playground. School shootings were a thing in 2017.
Oh, my God, were they ever.
And here's Ralphie on The Simpsons.
Just all happy. Trying to help.
Yep. He's, God damn it, Ralphie. Never change.
He's a helpful boy.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Episode 11 is Frink Gets Testy. We have The Simpsons are what? Well, kind of everyone apparently, but Nostradamus, a special on Nostradamus is on television, and this is exactly what the History Channel airs at night.
Like, is Nostradamus something you've ever read, real history about?
No, but I have watched a ton of History Channel shit about him.
Okay.
But I've never sat down and been like, what is this actually?
Is this real? Question mark.
I mean, I don't think it is.
Really? He's just a guy that wrote some shit.
Yeah, I'm sure he's just a guy.
Yeah.
And it's all worded vaguely enough that you can apply it to everything. So
a man from the West will rise. Everyone's to the West.
Right.
Depending where you're standing.
Exactly. And they make a few jokes to that effect here. Orson Welles is doing the hosting duties, which is weird.
We're getting to a point with Orson Welles that kids won't know who he is.
Right.
He'd been dead for fucking 37 years probably. So who did we have recently where we said the same thing? Oh, fucking Chief Wiggum being fucking the 1930s. Yeah, see, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or Quimby is JFK.
Yep. So this falls into that too. It's like, who even knows what this is anymore?
I think this is my theory anyway. I think we got him here based on how he's portrayed and what he looks like, because this maybe was around the time that scrapped champagne commercial where he's just shithoused came out on the internet. You ever seen that video?
Oh God, yeah, you're right.
It's him doing a fucking commercial. I think it's for champagne.
And it's a lot of just what he thinks the camera's not rolling.
Yeah.
And like,
Or when he does, there's a couple like flub takes in there, but he's just fucking shithoused. And he's bigger than he ever was.
Yeah.
And he's just a sweaty, drunk ham. And like, that video is very funny, but like, he looks exactly like he's drawn here.
It's funny that he had like a renaissance in the 80s as like a pitchman and a narrator. I mean, he got a good voice.
He's got a good voice, yes.
Yeah. But like, he's one of the voices in the Transformers movie in the 80s.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I wonder if he doesn't do fucking Optimus Prime.
No, they wouldn't have replaced Frank Welker for the movie.
Yeah. What did they
Unicron, maybe?
I wonder. Yeah. What a fucking thing. Like, we need to push our money together and get the bloated corpse of fucking Orson Welles. That'll push this over the top.
I think there's good voice talent in that. Isn't Weird Al in that movie?
Really?
As one of the dinosaurs or something?
No shit.
Just fucking half-cocked. There's a 20% chance that any of this is accurate.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck. I'm so out of my depth when you start talking about Transformers. I love the quick joke of, so they read one of Nostradamus's predictions on this television program, and it starts with the words, after the Antichrist is elected president, and that quick, it's like 3 frames long. Homer and Marge like quick look at each other, and then it's just back. That's it. They don't hang on it, but it is in 2017, so I got a very good laugh at that. But it's like, once the Antichrist is elected president, then nuclear war is going to happen and the whole world's going to be destroyed, which is when we smash cut to Mr. Burns freaking out watching this program.
With Smithers just standing beside his bed.
Standing by the
Are we to assume this is a nightly thing?
Yep, just in case he needs anything. Release the emotional support hounds, and all those sheepdogs jump on him.
Make them into blankets.
Yep, now make them into blankets. It's very fun. So Mr. Burns summons together, and we haven't seen this in a while, the Springfield chapter of Mensa. Sideshow Mel, Comic Book Guy, Lindsay Nagel, Dr. Hibbert, Frink, and...
Comic Book Guy, did you say?
Yeah, I said that. We're missing one, but whatever.
Yeah.
Summons them all together because he wants to build a space ark. So that we can get the most important, smartest people off of this planet onto the next one once nuclear annihilation happens. We're going big. We're going big concepts out of the gate.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, of course, we'll have an IQ test and finds out who is the smartest people, because IQ or intelligence is the only, trait worth testing or worth tracking or desiring.
To these people.
Yep. Only the smartest can come with. And that's when Frink steps out of the shadows, and he has his own idea, because he has developed a test to test for kind of those soft skills or those non-tangibles, the je ne sais quoi.
PVQ, he calls it.
Yeah, personal value something or another.
So he says he invented that. So this isn't a thing that's out there in the world.
Right. I think this is not real.
That was my question. I was like, I wonder if this is based on something.
I could see that maybe it is, but not that I know of.
Okay.
So, and he fucking explains how it works with a goddamn song number. Can't get enough of those.
I have a question about the meeting of Mensa. They break out something called triominoes. Are you familiar?
No.
Like,
is that real?
My thinking is it probably is, and it's some really nerdy fucking hard mental game,
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. It's like, that has to be real, right? But maybe not.
Do you like dominoes? Do you play dominoes?
Don't even know the rules vaguely.
Oh, really?
Yep. I owned a pile of them as a kid, but they were just meant to stack up and tip over.
Yeah. I was the same way as a kid. But, like, as an adult, like, I learned how to play dominoes in, like, my early 30s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dominoes is fun.
Fun? Seems fun.
Yeah, it's fun. We should play dominoes sometime. We should order dominoes sometime.
Yes. Why not both?
Yeah. Dominoes and dominoes night? That'd be fun. Do a little dilly-dally.
Yeah.
So the whole town gets herded together by the police. They're like beating people into line for this mandatory test. And they're going to, here's the top 500 scores that are on Kent Brockman that night. And they're like, we're just going to run it by real fast and rely on you to pause on your name.
And only look at yours.
Yes, and only look at yours. Yep. Yeah. And that's when we find out, like, Lisa scored really well. Shocker, of course. Lisa's like one of the top 25% in town. But Ralph scored one better than she did. And Lisa does not take this well.
Yep, she's not handled this news lately.
We see everybody else. Marge is like above average, but not so high. How does she put it? Better than average, but not high enough for people to be mad.
Yeah.
Homer is like fine, whatever, somewhere in the middle of the pack. And the number at the bottom of the list, the worst one in town, is Bart.
Yeah.
Bart is the worst. And remember, this isn't IQ. This is personal value. Bart is the worst person in town. He's 10.
Yeah, no shit. This 10-year-old boy is the worst we got.
Now, don't get it twisted. He's a shithead, but he's 10. He's a boy.
Snake lives in Springfield.
Sideshow Bob lives in Springfield. And he dropped a missile on several people 2 episodes ago. Lisa is struggling. She is shook at this Ralphie thing. So she's like following Ralph around, trying to figure out, like, why?
What makes him tick?
Marge is pissed off at Frank because, she's sticking up for her little boy. She's not happy that he is the worst person in town, according to this test. So Frank goes over to investigate the files, pulls out the Simpson folder, and turns out it's actually Homer. Homer, whose handwriting is horrible. They couldn't tell a B from an H, so B Homer and H Homer got switched up. So Bart actually is somewhere in the middle of the pack, and Homer is the worst person in town.
How fucking bad you are that they get your handwriting of your B's and H's look alike.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a B and H ought to be pretty easy to tell apart.
They like a cursive R and a cursive N or something like that. Like, things if you write too fast can get fucking blurred.
No, even those two. Listen, we can't go down a huge cursive hole because we're gonna hear later. But an R and an N don't look anything alike.
And you're writing them fast because you just don't drop the first line down enough, Picture that. They look a lot alike.
Oh, I was thinking uppercase.
Yep.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with your handwriting?
Yeah, I know. I meant lowercase.
Sure.
Yeah,
Lowercase. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. I can see it. I'm backing off.
Or maybe R and a lowercase I too. Your 2 dips are too close together, so it looks like one dip.
Yeah, but the dot is a dead giveaway.
People I live with ain't dotting shit.
For me, if I'm writing fast, if I'm gonna like jarble anything, lowercase R and lowercase S might look pretty close.
Okay,
if I'm really writing fast.
Well, this is some scintillating.
We're not done, baby. So turns out Homer is the worst person in town, and he's bummed. He's like walking around town all hangdog, people hollering at him and shit. When he goes to Moe's, and as soon as he walks in, Moe turns off the television. He goes, there he is. Hey, we were watching Jeopardy, but now we'll just talk about shapes and colors. Jesus Christ. I think it's Carl is like, we saw a cool rectangle. That's the 4-sided one. Talking to him like he's an idiot. Homer not happy about this, so he leaves. He's like, well, I can't. I'm not even going to stick around here. Leaves Moe's and walks across the street to Schmoes.
Yeah. Which, first we've seen it.
I think so, yeah.
And they cut just as you hear the bartender like, Homer.
Yeah.
So apparently he's a regular there, too.
Yeah. Marge is, God bless her, what an angel woman.
Yeah.
Sees that Homer is not doing well, that he's pretty bummed out about all this, and she's ringing the rally bell. She's going to help improve Homer, starting with his handwriting, because that's how we got into this mess. And here we are, Homer writing letters over and over again, and Marlin is cheering. Look at the cursive.
My note says, just say no to cursive, Homer. There's a line earlier when she's talking about Homer and his, like his downfall, that everyone thinks he's the worst person in town and she doesn't believe it. She's going to help him. She talks about how he has the hair and body of a dashing Friar Tuck.
Yep,
and that's
fun.
Why she's attracted to him, which is insane.
No one's ever called Friar Tuck dashing.
Yeah.
So I am over here marking out at cursive the perfect combination of elegance and efficiency, and we need to start teaching it in schools again now.
That's one thing they've changed for the better.
I'm gonna buy you a fountain pen for your birthday.
And I will sell it online.
Hurtful. That's a gift from a friend. What's the matter with you?
Because it's a spite gift.
No, it's not. It's me trying to share what I love with you. I'm trying to share things with you.
I am picturing you on a too tall fucking like four-legged chair, kicking your legs with your fucking frilly shirt, your little fucking curly Q hairs. And just dipping your pen and writing notes.
It's not an ink well. Technology has come far enough where we have fountain pens that don't need an ink well.
To whom it may concern.
Dearest Martha.
The tapioca was far too spicy. I insist.
There is a fountain pen and a graph paper journal in this apartment right now.
And you know what? I am not going to yuck your yum. Go right ahead.
Really? Because that's all you've done about cursive.
Put your little curls in. Just have a time of your life.
I will.
Draw on your capital Z's.
They look kind of like threes. They're like a fancy three. And that's when we get this insane Mr. Magoo scene with Lisa following Ralphie into this construction site. Ralphie, like, Lisa's not learning anything here. He just is a dumb boy who is lucky, like walks into shit like a
troublingly dumb,
like a cartoon. He's very much a cartoon character. Oh in this
my god,
scene. Like walking across an I-beam and not dying, We get a long montage of Homer improving his handwriting while Marge is behind him with the pen like Ghost and the Righteous Brothers plays. Fun fact, love that song.
Oh, yeah. The Righteous Brothers 2 bangers are pretty hard to fuck with.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Righteous Melody or Unchained Melody and
You've Lost That Love
and
and
You've
Feeling.
Lost That Love and Feeling. Outstanding. One of them is the one who's the guy in the Dirty Dancing song.
Time of my life. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Boom. Also, the Righteous Brothers version of that song is, I prefer it to the Elvis Presley version of that song.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both good.
Yep.
But give me the Righteous Brothers every time. That scene from Ghost is a steamy one.
Yeah. I've seen the scene just because it gets put on things.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie. Doesn't seem like it appealed to me.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
We ain't the target audience.
I think the real supernatural shit in it is super fucking hokey and was at the time.
Yep.
Like when when a ghost possesses Whoopi Goldberg is real dumb.
Yeah.
You know, and like Patrick Swayze like getting dragged to hell or whatever.
Oh
So
yeah,
dumb.
I forget that there
So
is some
fucking dumb.
some real high concept shit like that.
I was like,
Yeah.
Don Bluth did this better in All Dogs Go to Heaven. What are we doing here? But as a weird take on a love story, sure, totally.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Yeah. It ruined pottery for everyone.
Yeah. This isn't supposed to be sensual.
Oh fuck! You haven't seen Community. There's a like, oh, take this pottery class, but I swear to God, if anyone starts humming that goddamn Righteous Brothers song or wraps arms around anyone's shoulders, I think the teacher is like
Ken Jeong?
No, not he's a teacher,
Yeah,
but not
okay.
this one. I think it's is it what's his fucking name? He was the really dumb son who loses a hand on Arrested Development.
Oh, has a short name.
I think he's on
Tony
Veep now.
Hale.
There you go, Tony Hale.
Jesus, fucking give a prize to man in seat number 3.
I was gonna say Jacob Hale, but I was like, no, I think that's a friend of mine. That's a real person I know.
I worked at a Sonic with him in 2004.
Oh, I could go for Sonic right now. This ship is flying apart right now.
I'm thinking about tater tots.
So the Burns arc is finally finished. Burns is ready to go. Here we go. He's got his people together, and then everyone just bails. Everyone just leaves. I forget.
He's like gonna make them his slaves.
Yeah, he's like, welcome, you're slaves now.
Yeah. He has like artist renderings of what it's like him with like a laser whip.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Earlier we saw like a painting of him whipping the rowers in a fucking ship. Like, of course they're not down. So they all leave, and then he takes off like without Smithers, forgets Smithers, and takes off into space.
I forgot that Smithers wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
He's, I'm sure, heartbroken.
Oh yeah, heartbroken. He shows up in a little sailor's outfit. Like,
Of course.
what the fuck is happening here? I forget how it exactly ends though. Burns obviously didn't leave Earth, but I forget.
Yeah.
Like, he takes off, but something happens.
Yep.
What a fucking recap. We're professionals. He took off and then something happened.
And me confirming it. Yep.
Yep. And that's the episode. Funny, but not as much Burns as I would have liked, considering how we started. I was like, oh shit, Mr. Burns is Billy. We're going to do a Mr. Burns episode.
Yep.
But that's on me. That's on me for my expectations.
Your heart soars.
Yep. Much like my melody, my heart was unchained.
How does the Homer writing end? Just he improves his handwriting.
He just has
and
better
they find out
handwriting
that the test
is bullshit.
Is bullshit.
Yeah, Lisa finds out it's bullshit.
Yeah. And then that at least she's like, well, that's it. This test doesn't mean anything, you know? And does Homer retake it or something?
I don't think so.
I was thinking because it seems like it ends well, and then he just writes all those letters to Marge, and
that's
she
what it
swoons.
was. He writes all those love letters.
Yep.
And then that is a funny scene. Boy, I was half asleep during this episode apparently. But he's like, there's like a trail of love letters in immaculate cursive, which I was like, hell yeah. Leading to the bedroom, and he's in bed, pen in hand, letters all over him, dead asleep with his glasses on, and she goes, oh, and swoons a little, and then walks into the bathroom and goes, I'm married to a writer, which is when he pulls a bottle of bourbon out from under the blankets and just starts chugging it. I was like, okay, that's fun. Yeah. That's a fun joke. Take that, writers.
Yeah, this one was fine. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no problem with it at all. Like I said, was led to believe I would get more Burns, but okay.
Let's see how episode 12 treats us. Home is where the art isn't. No opening yet again.
At least not a Simpsons opening. We get like a TV opening.
Oh, good call. Yep. Because it just jumps you in the middle, like There's like a Latin term for like in radius meus or something like that, like in the middle.
Yeah. In medias res.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And
That was, you got pretty close.
I try sometimes. So it starts with Homer is in a tuxedo. I don't think they call it soft bees or south bees, but it's a soft bees.
Gavel bees.
Gavel bees.
Which
there
is
you
fun.
go. For a painting known as the Poetess. It's Homer bidding, Burns bidding, and a woman, we find out her name is Megan Matheson, is bidding, and she wins. Cut to Megan's mansion. The crate arrives at the residence, but the painting is missing, and they call upon Manichek. I fucking loved all of this.
Somehow I knew you would. As I was watching this, I was like, I bet Nathan loves this.
I laughed at this more than I fucking laugh at 99% of the episodes of this show we watch. Christ, I was dying.
And this is where we get like the show intro.
Yeah.
But it's for Manichek.
Yeah. And they capture the music and the vibe of like a mid to late 70s fucking PI. I think that was a common like show. Well, Magnum PI was one of the last big ones. Oh man, what's his name? James Garner started one. Rockford Files was kind of something like that. Yeah.
I love in this intro what they capture for me, because I don't know a ton about TV of that era, but I know a little, and how fucking long this intro takes, and it goes so long that it's clearly part of the joke.
Yeah.
And how long some of those shots are. Him just standing in an elevator while that fucking like saxophone 70s jazz plays. Jesus. But the credits are all the real credits of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like
that was a very nice,
that was a lot of fun.
creative touch.
I liked that.
So Megan informs Manichek that she thinks Burns stole it because he was the one bidding the most against her. The fucking dialogue with Manichek was so insanely good.
What a fucking 70s pervert he is.
And it always ends the same. Like he says something awful, a couple other comments, and finally it's like, I can't stay mad at you, Manichek.
Yep.
He goes, now he knows Megan thinks Burns did it, so he goes to Burns's and Homer's about the painting. So like he's covering all his bases as a good PI should. They both deny it. We find out that for some reason Homer is obsessed with the painting, which I mean we saw in that opening.
Yep.
Like he ran at it and tried to fucking
Don't take
grab
it from me. Yep.
So you knew they're gonna get to this backstory. So the fact that he's so obsessed with it, that puts a seed of doubt into Manichek. Like, oh, wait a second, this guy seems like he did it. Marge visits Manichek and tells him to stop in for dinner so they can prove that Homer didn't steal it. Because right now, in Manichek's mind, I'm thinking he thinks Homer did it. And of course, he's a fucking hornball to Marge.
I loved the joke here. He's like, I just want to ask you a few questions. I forget where they're at, but it's not at home. And she goes, okay, I guess. And he goes, maybe over dinner. And she goes, yeah. Okay. And then it cuts to them at The Simpsons, which is not what he meant. Maggie is throwing fucking spaghetti on the floor. Marge is like, more Frito pie, Mr. Manichek?
And like even Lisa's kind of being a slob.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's just like, I guess.
That was good.
That was very funny.
Yeah, that was good animation, like just the chaos around that table.
Yeah. Having kids seems great. Yeah.
So they have dinner, and Marge and Manichek are going to talk in the living room about Homer, and Homer is on the fucking steps nervously watching, and Manichek, I don't even know if he looks, he just knows, he senses, like, if Homer is innocent, why is he cowering on the stairs eating cereal straight from the box? That's exactly what he's doing.
Eating like Krusty's marshmallow cereal out of the box.
Lets out a high-pitched yelp like he does and scrambles up the stairs. Oh my God. And
Homer's high-pitched yelp, this just hit me, would make a pretty decent text tone.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah, that is a very good call.
Boy, I bet my neighbors love that sound.
So now Manichek and Marge are in the living room together, and of course Manichek's being a fucking creep, as he often is. And fucking Bart walks in, hey, front pockets, quit hitting on my mom. And then Lisa comes right after her. She only loves one stocky man in tight pants, our dad.
Oh, God.
Holy fuck. And then Bart and Manichek have a little bag. I can't stay mad at you, man. Like, how about a Tipperillo? He offers a 10-year-old boy
a little cigar.
And Marge, no Tipperillos. Holy fuck.
And then Manichek and Bart both in unison go, women.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Holy fuck.
How about a Tipperillo?
No Tipperillos. As if it's come up before. Like, oh, fuck. That minute and a half, I laughed more there than I will a whole season of The Simpsons now.
Only one stocky man in tight pants. Our dad. Also, front pockets is a good insult. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Listen, front pockets, quit hitting on my mom. Oh, fuck.
So just like everyone, Bart has warmed up to Manichek, and he clues him in on how Homer got into that painting. Turns out Homer was stuck chaperoning Bart's class to an art museum trip, and that's where he first saw it in the gallery. He immediately was mesmerized looking at that, and fucking there's a fucking back and forth between fucking Homer and Marge in bed. And fucking Marge's line is, what else are you lying about? Are you really a licensed DJ? And Homer panics, I took the classes, but I failed the test.
So good.
Fucking
Unbelievable.
That's awesome that him being a licensed DJ is something that's stuck in her mind. Like,
Well, that's so funny on so many levels. A, that's not a thing.
yeah. Yeah, who's the licensing board? Like,
B, that is something he would lie about.
yeah. Fucking A. So Homer confides to Lisa his love in the painting, and now they kind of have something in common because Lisa's a fancy person.
Yeah.
So she enjoys high art, and she's happy that Homer does. So now they have something in common. So much so they're going to make a day out of it. They decide to go to the museum. They get there, though. The doors are locked, and sadly the museum is closed. They find out that the art pieces will be auctioned off and that this place will never open again. Because there's a big budget shortfall is what it is. They need money to pay for other things. And when this is being discussed, we find out that, what is it, a third of the police force is, and it's just Eddie.
Yeah. We even had to fire a third of the police force. Oh. And God damn it, when they cut to the, I don't know if it's Krusty's or it's
a fast food place.
Yeah, donut shop or something. When Eddie is sitting there in plain clothes and no hat on, and he just says out loud to nobody, I used to have a gun.
Yeah. Incredible. How weird it is seeing him in his clothes. It was so good. And kind of hunched over, bad posture like he has, just eating alone. Like
we never see him, period, anymore. We haven't heard him talk in 25 seasons. Like, I used to have a gun.
Yeah. He never talks anymore.
That's dark. Yeah. I think Eddie is going through dark times.
So now we are back to where the episode began. We're at the auction. Homer lets Lisa know that, like, he's got a plan, which Lisa's like, this plan isn't going to work, but you can't stop Homer at this point. So it's Homer and a bunch of rich people. They're bidding on everything. And it's at this point, Homer is so worried about, like, because Manichek sure seems to believe it was Homer. Homer goes on the lam, which makes Manichek doubt his innocence even more. And Manichek is on the hunt. Manichek, he finds his man. He goes to the abandoned museum.
By the way, not a detective or a policeman. An insurance investigator.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Not even a PI.
No, not a real authority figure. Mm-hmm. Works for the insurance company.
Private investigators and bounty hunters are a weird gray area. Like, why are they allowed to do things?
Yeah, you're not a real cop.
Yeah. So he informs Homer that he is no longer a suspect, which Homer is relieved and confused by. in home, and like I don't know if Homer even asks or if Manischek just keeps the dialogue. It's like he's just like, "You're too dumb." Like,
That's his reason.
You're too dumb to have pulled off this case. So that's when Manischek gathers all the involved parties, which is such a classic like mystery PI detective thing. All the usual suspects in the room, and they all think they've got it all figured out. They all think someone else is going to be guilty. So he gets them all put together and informs them that Megan herself attempted to steal the painting, but it turns out that the painting had already been stolen by Burns. So she wanted it, but to steal it, but it had already happened. So she was sent an empty case. Is how it worked out. So now all the fucking eyes are on fucking Burns. There's a big fucking brouhaha. He knocks out Megan or Megan Matheson and fucking cold cocks fucking Burns too.
Yeah.
So, like, typical 70s PI fashion. I will hit a woman and the elderly.
Well, it kind of happens in stages because he like busts Megan like, and this is how you stole it. And then she pulls out a gun, again, classic, like I'm caught, got a gun. And then he just fucking slugs her. And then he's like, but wait, and he goes and does the Burns thing, which, by the way that Burns had stolen it was he built an identical Gavelby's right next door.
So fucking stupid, but God, I laughed.
And then he, like, as soon as Manischek starts talking to him, he pulls out his revolver, and Smithers has to be like, not yet. And then after he explains how Burns actually stole it, Burns is like, now? Yes, now, sir. And he pulls up the revolver, and Manischek fucking slugs him, too.
But actually, neither of them stole it. So we find out that Lisa stole it so that her and Homer would still have it to enjoy. They go to the Simpson household. Lisa gives up the painting. I think she keeps it behind the happy elf frame
above
picture.
Her bed, yeah.
Yep. Lisa gives up the painting. It goes back to the city, and the question, like, well, where will it be if there's no museum? Well, it'll be. It's like, I think it's Quimby's like, well, we will put it to what all this money is, a very good use. And then we see it's hanging up in a fucking arena football stadium that they built with all the fucking tax savings that they have now.
Yeah, right next to a concession stand.
Yeah, which I thought was fucking good. God damn it that I like this episode.
This episode rules. This episode's so fucking good.
So fucking funny.
Like, I'm not even some super fan of this type of show that they're riffing on.
Yeah.
And I'm not usually a fan, or, kind of moderately, of the Simpsons do a blank episode. But this is so goddamn funny.
And I had to do a little research because I was like, was this just a, like, here's what you picture a 70s PI like, we'll just invent something. There was actually I think it lasts like 3 seasons, a show called Banachek in the 70s. And he's also Polish-American in that show. Because at one point we see a montage and he gets like Polish-American of the Year. It's him on stage holding a trophy. Like,
what an award.
But what a show to base something. Like, no one remembers Banachek. Like, it ran from like 72 to 74.
Do you think maybe they just like couldn't get the fucking, they were worried that whoever owns Columbo would sue them if they did Malumbo?
Or Rockford Files would be a good one too to go off with on this. This, a little bit of a note here, this was the final episode written by longtime Simpsons writer Kevin Curran, who had died in 2016.
That's a bummer.
Not only a writer, he provided the voice of Buck the dog when he was a writer on Married with Children.
Oh,
that's an interesting claim.
Weird,
to fame. So, he probably wrote like 15 Simpsons episodes in his life, so that puts him pretty high on the list for guys that were the head writer on an episode.
The big name in the credits.
So he went out on a fucking banger. So fucking pour one out 6 years too late for Kevin Curran. This was a fucking goddamn gem of an episode.
This episode was extremely funny. Yeah. I liked this a lot. I liked the whole vibe. I can't stay mad at you, Manischek.
Holy fuck.
God damn it. It's funny. Couple of jokes earlier. The first time when he goes and questions Mr. Burns and Mr. Burns is skeet shooting, I thought it was so fucking fun. I was dying. Mr. Burns skeet shooting, shouts pull, and Smithers fires off the clay pigeon, and then shouts shoot, and Smithers shoots the clay pigeon.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns skeet shooting doesn't fire a shot.
It's just him hollering commands.
It's so funny. I think that's such a funny joke. And then the other one, when Manichek is in their living room after Homer has ran back upstairs with his cereal, and we just came off that good scene of Bart and Lisa giving him a hard time. When he goes into their liquor cabinet that's in the corner,
oh my God,
pours himself a drink, and he turns around and like swirls this liquid in his snifter and takes a big sip and goes, "That's just warm beer."
Does he even say warm Michelob? Like
no, he says warm beer.
There we go.
And then Marge goes, "That was an 07 Michelob. Homer was saving it for a special occasion."
In a decanter. Oh my God, I fucking laughed at that. You're right. Jesus Christ.
That one legit fucked me up pretty hard. I was like, okay, Simpsons, you still got it, baby.
Oh, that was good.
He takes that beat. Well, that's just warm beer.
And like, he's not like shocked by it. It's just like, he's an alcoholic. So he's just like, he knows what it is. This is just warm beer.
That was an 07 Michelob. Homer was saving it for a special occasion.
Fuck. Yeah, that was good.
Oh my God. Whew. Makes me want to get a decanter just to put beer in it and throw people off.
Oh man, what a good one.
Oh, fuck me. That was a good episode. That was very funny. Manichek, by the way, played by Bill Hader.
The delightful Bill Hader.
I like Bill Hader a lot. 2017 probably would have been hot on Barry, or maybe Barry wasn't out yet. I think Barry's had 3 seasons, so maybe it would have been before Barry.
Were we at It 2 yet? Maybe not even quite there yet either.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. This might have been
Skeleton Twins.
Right before the Hader boom.
Yeah. Because Skeleton Twins was him and, oh my God, the last woman from SNL to really catapult into stardom.
Kate McKinnon?
Nope. I guess prior to her, Kristen Wiig.
Oh, Kristen
Those
Wiig.
two in kind of a more serious comedy drama. Very good.
Okay.
Both of them killing in it.
Never heard of it. You ever watch Barry?
No, I've heard good things.
I watched the first season and I was like, this is good, but not what I'm not seeing what everyone else is seeing.
There's another show of an SNL alum, soccer coach one.
Oh, Ted Lasso.
You watch that?
No.
Okay, neither have I.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
You hear people rave about it.
I've heard it's good. People seem to love it. I have so much backlog of television.
TV, so much quality programming.
There's too much good television. Barry, like as good as Bill Hader is, which he's good. He's very good in that show. But everyone else is also just fucking knocking it out of the park.
Really?
There's I don't know the actor's name, but plays like a Russian mobster guy who's very good. It's got that guy. The first thing we all saw him in was Office Space. He was the I Believe You Have My Stapler.
Oh, Stephen Root.
Yes, and now he's like a real actor, shows up in things.
Yeah.
And Henry Winkler is just killing it in that show.
Oh, really?
As the like I've been an actor for 30 years and never really made it, so now I teach an acting class and only care about money.
I don't want to brag, but I knew of Stephen Root before Office Space because he is the kind of asshole owner or just manager of the station on the sitcom News Radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to think, where did he get his start? But that's where I remember him from. But like, I bet that guy's got a filmography that you'd read where you say, a lot. Like, fuck, you're right. He was in that. He's that weird fucking DJ or fucking producer in Oh Brother, Wear Out Thou with the weird eye.
Oh,
when they
yes,
start
he
fucking
is.
singing
Yeah.
and he just loves it, you know?
Singing
Like,
beyond a can over there. Yep.
fuck, he's good.
Yep. He's very good. I like him.
Someone who's been the same age his whole life.
Yep. 100%.
45 for
born
30 years.
45.
Yeah.
Yep. And never
Imagine a
gets older.
13-year-old Stephen Root. 13-year-old Stephen Root made grown women uncomfortable just by his appearance because he looked like a 45-year-old man.
With
like,
that body. Had
Yep,
that same
right?
body at 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His body betrayed him at 13.
I like him, and he's good in that show. And like I said, that show, it's good, but I don't...
Not.
I know people that are like, this is, if you're not watching Barry, you should go hang
fuck
yourself.
yourself.
Like, it's like, no, it's like, it's
okay.
good.
It's okay.
Don't get me wrong.
We're
I
all
like
okay.
it. I like it. Episode 13 is 3 scenes plus a tag from a marriage. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what they're referencing here.
Only thing I can think of is 3 scenes from a marriage is a artsy-fartsy Scandinavian movie.
That has to be it, right?
Or it's 3 billboards outside of Epping, Missouri, or whatever that movie's called.
I'm going to guess it's the first one.
Yep.
I don't think that movie was out in 2017, was it?
You might be right.
Francis McDonald or
You might
McDormand?
be right. I mean, it's right around there, but yeah.
Is that good?
Pretty hard hitting, but it's good.
Not a date movie?
Not a date movie.
More of a date movie than Antichrist?
Yeah. Fuck. Probably because Antichrist is so insane.
I was about to say, the fact that you had to consider that for a second
There's
was
at
alarming.
least human beings that you understand. There's a story. It seems like real life a little bit, you know. Like,
No Willem Dafoe hog.
Yeah.
Which that's a pro or a con, depending on what you
kind
think.
of date, who you're dating.
Yeah, what kind of date are you on?
You want to get Jesus Christ. If I go on a date with a gal and she sees William Dafoe as a hog and is losing her mind, I'm like, well, we could just part ways because you're not gonna like what I'm bringing to the batting cage.
If you love that, you're not gonna love this.
He's Ted Williams. I'm Tony Gwynn. I'm slap singles over here.
Jesus Christ.
Getting in that batter's box with a toothpick.
A bunt has value. Don't shame me for the bunt.
I'm setting the table for the next person. Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Oh shit, it's Willem Dafoe.
Oh, well, no.
Willem Dafoe's maniacal grin rising from the foot of the bed.
Jesus. If you were home alone and looked down at the foot of your bed and saw Willem Dafoe doing the fucking Green Goblin smile.
You think, like, did I leave a fan on? Why is there wind on my neck? And you roll over, it's Willem Dafoe blowing on you.
Jesus, Willem. Get that thing off me. You warmed up that whole pillow. Jesus.
A sock full of pennies. Like a weighted blanket. It's comforting. Leave it there.
Hold it like a body pillow. Throw one knee over it.
A Street Fighter your dick and get a good 8 hours.
So we get a fucking bonkers couch gag.
Yeah.
But this is that Bill Plimpton
Plimpton
guy
guy
that they
who
seem
they-
to love so much.
Kind of like Homer, like a weird animation of Homer singing a love song and his head just keeps fucking.
Like the song never stops, but his head keeps morphing, like squish
Yeah.
in and out, and eyes rotate around his head. Like it's very simple, but like a little unsettling.
Yeah,
like it has a Tool music video quality to it.
Yep. Totally.
But yeah, and then we get just them on the couch and the Bill Plimpton autograph. They fucking like that dude
They
a
sure
lot.
do. Jesus Christ.
How many couch gags has he done? 5?
5 is going to be my guess. Yep.
Yeah, that's they pretty into it. We get the family at the movies as the credits roll on a Marvel film, and Homer's like, okay, let's go. And then, no, we have to stay and watch the credit sequence. So they do. They watch the mid-credits credit sequence. And then, no, okay, now let's go. No, we have to stay and watch the end credit sequence.
You're someone who enjoys these movies a lot. I don't dislike it, but is that a thing where there are 2 scenes?
More often than not, yes. A mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene.
Ever 3? Or is it just the 2?
Boy, I don't think I've ever seen 3, but I could be forgetting one.
And there is a quick pause or you'll miss it. It's right when we done with the couch gig, you cut, we're outside the Cineplex, we got the silly movie titles, and that's why I found out. You click on the movie titles to read, get a snicker out of those. If you look at the people walking out of the theater, it is Database and his parents. You want to talk about a Springfield deep cut is the Database household. It's like this deep in the show, we don't get new people very often, but it has to be the first time we've seen those humans.
Yeah, it's got to be. I paused on the movie titles and wasn't impressed.
Nope. That is a sign of something that's changed from the old classic years. Any type of thing where you could pause and read, you're going to laugh your ass off in those days.
There was one I thought was clever, and it was Reboot Origins.
Yeah.
Because I think, I like that joke that people make that joke in video games all the time, like title : Origins. That has been done 1,000 times.
It sure has, yeah. I'm trying to think. Can you think of when that started? I remember Wolverine Origins.
Oh, yeah. As far as a movie goes, Wolverine Origins.
God. And of course, now we're blanking.
Well, yeah, now there's got to be more.
Well, but exchange Origins for X-Men First Class. Something like that.
Right, yeah, that would have been the same thing.
That's a throwback. Yeah. Year 1.
Yeah. There's a handful of really fucking stereotypical post : subtitles.
Yeah.
Redemption.
Yeah.
Remember when
Retribution.
Remember when they stapled redemption onto the end of The Raid for no reason?
Yeah.
Like The Raid Redemption is what that movie's called in America.
Yeah, why? Was there another raid would be my only guess?
No, there wasn't. I mean, there was after. There's Raid 2.
But no, I mean, was there an American movie called The Raid?
Well, I mean, maybe, because that's super common. That's a pretty simple title,
just seems
maybe, but...
What was the point? But I went to The Raid Redemption in the theater. Someone suggested it, and I'm glad they did, because that movie goes hard.
The Raid and The Raid 2 whip fucking ass.
Never seen Raid 2, and I should change that.
Oh, God, you should see Raid 2.
Yeah.
Raid 2 is so good.
Yeah.
It's
Indonesian? Is that where they're made?
That sounds right. Yeah. By a British fella.
Yeah, a British man in Indonesia.
A chubby Welsh man makes martial art cop movies in Indonesia. Yeah.
It adds up.
Makes sense.
Typical story.
You know, the fucking Europeans been meddling in that part of the world for as long as that part of the world has been there. Yeah. So, but those movies rule.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the minority. I think 1 is better than 2, and that's a hot take.
Oh, really?
Almost everyone I know thinks 2 is better.
Okay.
And I get it. I see what they mean.
I need to see 2 then.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
I feel like I saw that movie along with that RoboCop reboot that was way better than it had any right to be. Or no, Judge Dredd.
I was about to say the RoboCop reboot is terrible.
Judge Dredd, then. Yeah, I never saw that RoboCop.
Judge Dredd.
That Judge Dredd movie was so good.
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
Yeah, holy shit, it goes hard too.
Carl Urban just fucking shit up all the way up the stairs,
earning that R rating.
Yeah, 100%. Also, like, just work your way up this tower. Pretty major Raid vibes. Those movies are kind of the same movie.
Yeah,
those are different flavors of the same ice cream recipe.
No movie in the recent history earned its R rating like I could think of more than that fucking Rambo reboot.
Oh, 4? The fourth one? Yep.
Sylvester Stallone shoots 400 people in half. Camera never cuts away.
Nope.
Just sawing people in half. It's like, that's worse than fucking Faces of Death.
Yeah, yep. That movie's good.
Yeah,
like that movie's
fun.
unironically very good.
Yeah, damn right.
And it starts violent.
Yep.
Like it doesn't wait. It's just like, okay, 20th Century Fox presents boom, blood on the screen. Like there, welcome to Rambo, you puss. Like
Buckle up.
sit down, enjoy your Whoppers, shithead.
I do like my Whoppers.
I don't. They're malty.
You need to cut your malt.
What a complaint to have. Why'd you buy them?
You bring a fucking shooter of skim milk to fucking cut your Whoppers. They're hard to take down without the milk. You're spitting up Whoppers. You keep it down. You keep no.
Or I got milk in like a Yeti mug and I'm dropping them in and I got a drink muddler like I'm making a mojito, crushing them up in the milk. It's just like a milkshake. Shut up down there.
And as soon as the movie gets violent, you're fucking spitting up all over. I get nervous.
Oh, I got too much malt. I know how I get when I get malt in me. I don't think I've ever bought Whoppers. I bet 100% of the Whoppers I've eaten have been the tiny boxes at Halloween.
I bet I did, but my age was a single digit.
Yeah,
just trying things.
Yeah, maybe that.
Young boy experimenting.
Yeah, with your body. Yeah, seeing how it handles malt.
My treats.
I go to the movie theater. I am a Dots boy. Give me them gumdrops, baby. Get them in my teethers.
I order candy so infrequently at a movie I don't even know what my go-to would be.
Oh, really?
I'm popcorn boy if I'm gonna eat. Motherfucker, I'm a hot dog boy if they got it. Because usually,
you're one of those people.
If I'm eating at a movie theater, it's because I wasn't able to get dinner and I'm starving.
I'll want substantial food.
Yep.
I have ever since like hot dogs and nachos and pretzels have become a thing at the movie theater. I have always thought, who the fuck is this for?
Yeah.
Who's ordering a hot dog or a fucking plate of nachos or even Listen, I love a big, hot, soft pretzel.
Yeah.
I will fucking ruin somebody's day if they get between me and a hot pretzel. I can't imagine eating one in a movie theater.
Of all the hot foods, the hot dog seems the most baffling, even though that's what I get, or at least the least purchased.
Sure.
From just in my mind's eye thinking what I see people snacking on, boy, the hot dog is a fucking rarity.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one. It would throw me off if I were in a theater and someone near me was eating a hot dog and I got a whiff. Like, why is there food? Why do I smell food?
I was so hungry one time at a movie theater. I ordered 2 hot dogs, like $27. I was so fucking mad at myself. You fat bitch, you need two $15 hot dogs. And I'm hungry now. This movie's long. I don't know.
You could have gotten a truckload of popcorn for that price.
Brother, if I eat that much popcorn, I'm instantly regretting it because I go too hard, too fast. Like I'm just sucking sour tummy the rest of the movie. Oh, the Mountain Dew isn't helping.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, right.
Bubbly sugar water isn't settling my tom-tom. So they watch the Marvel mid and end credit sequences, and then they're on the way home, and Homer's all excited to listen to minor league baseball on the radio.
Just weird. Yeah.
No one who's airing minor league baseball on the radio. But the game is just wrapping up just as they're driving past the stadium. So now they're stuck in traffic, stuck in like post-game traffic.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there. Homer does not have the patience for this and takes the sedan off-roading.
This hits close to home. That's a thing I've had to think about now. Like, this whole summer, because I live so close to the Twins ballpark.
Sure.
Go grocery shopping on a Tuesday at 10 p.m. somewhere in South Minneapolis, driving home. All of a sudden, what the fuck? It's like, Jesus Christ, and a bridge, I shouldn't say bridge collapse. It hits close to Holman, Minnesota. But like, it's like, what's happened? Like, was there an emergency? Nope. There's a baseball game. I forget that shit happens on a Tuesday.
And now 20,000 people are all trying to leave at once.
It's like, what is going on? Like, because it comes out of nowhere, because it's just endless open highway of like, fucking just enjoying it. All of a sudden, it's lock your brakes up. Like, you're going to sit a while. Like,
unreal.
Big city living, am I right?
Yeah, that's something, having never lived in a big city, that I've never had to deal with. Like, oh, leave yourself extra time because X is in town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, except like occasionally, I didn't know there was a fucking big country music artist at the Fargo Dome because I don't pay attention.
The goddamn street fair.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the street fair.
Son of a bitchin' street fair.
Or the St. Patty's Day parade has fucked me more than once. Because to get from anywhere in Fargo to my apartment, I'm driving through downtown more often than not. Yep. And every once in a while, it's just like, it's goddamn St. Patty's Day.
Made up holiday.
Yep. Just a reason to drink, you drunks. So they take a detour like 52 miles to Capital City. Take a detour.
Oh, that's how... I forgot that's how they get to this.
Yeah, through like an old neighborhood that is newly gentrified. One of the fucking... I did like this because like if you're gonna make up a gentrified neighborhood store that doesn't need to exist, a lot of them have been done, you know? Like, a loafer store. That's something that would be in a gentrified neighborhood. Or a mayonnaise store. Wyatt Snack didn't leave any meat on that bone. Yep. But theirs of design and mix and choose flavors for your own toothpaste is very funny.
And when it's like... It looks like a fucking bluegrass band working there. When that one guy's like, dips his finger, he's like, this tastes terrible.
It's so good.
That was a nice touch.
I wonder if that's a thing.
God, that would be beyond the pale. Like, I'm moving. This is so fucking stupid.
Because artisanal mayonnaise shops are a real thing. Like, that's not just a joke. Oh, man. Make your own toothpaste. It's pretty funny. And they explain that, like, this looks way different. But we used to live here right after we got married. And that's our apartment. That's where we used to live, in that building right there. And I was like, okay, all right. What are we doing? Is this a flashback episode?
Oh, you bet your buns it is.
You bet them buns. They go to the old apartment, and there's a young, childless hipster couple in there. And Marge is just like, oh yeah, we used to live here, and now they're hanging out with this couple, and here we go.
Yep. The Wayback Machine.
Not a lot of these lately.
Nope. Which is good.
Which is fine, because we used to have them all the fucking time.
Yep.
So maybe absence makes the heart grow a little fonder.
I am just... the whole time I was just like fucking stifling. It's like, we've had so many fucking flashback stories where we know the story of the Simpsons that Marge got fucking knocked up. And that's why they got fucking married, because she got fucking pregnant. So now we just forget about all that, and they have this whole life before they have Bart.
Well, I don't know that, because I thought about this. I didn't like do a fucking deep dive into the fucking belly of the internet or anything. But like, I thought about this. I don't know that this overwrites anything, because like, I don't think she got knocked up in high school.
God, I don't know. I thought she was supposed to be super young. Well, that would involve a deep dive. You're right. But in my head, she's super fucking young, because she's still living at home, because Homer just leaves because he's got to prove himself as a provider first and stuff like that.
Yeah, that definitely happened. Yeah. Maybe it was, like, I could be wrong, but like, as we were going, because I had the same thought, I was like, and it doesn't bother me if they rewrite history for another episode. I don't care. But like, I was like, oh, I think they did a good job of not overwriting anything because they didn't really cover, what we already know, which is Marge getting knocked up, giving birth to Bart, Homer having to go out and provide. Like, they kind of just say, and then we had Bart, as if all of that is supposed to go in this one split-second thing. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are fucking up here. But
we find out they don't even air this in reruns because people complain so much.
They get so many letters. Yeah. People are still writing letters.
Yeah. Someone kidnapped Matt Groening's kids. You sick prick.
I do know that they absolutely do that in an episode from like last season or something like that made the internet pretty upset.
Oh, really?
That's the only reason I know they did it is because Twitter was mad that day.
Interesting. Huh.
So we get a flashback to them being a like super hip young couple in love. Homer's working at a teeth whitening business called
Upstart,
called Flashmouth.
Yeah,
it's very funny. What do they call themselves? Dinks.
Yep, double income, no kid.
Double income, no kids.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, like, the gag is, well, how come you guys could say dink and I can't say dink?
Oh, yeah. Bart's mad, yeah. Why couldn't you, how come you can call yourself Dinks, but I can't say dink about my dingus, or however he says it?
Yep.
One of the things that they were like, we just get a long montage of them just fucking living their lives.
Yeah.
And one of the things they do is go see Easy Rider starring Krusty.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Easy Rider.
The visuals there, it's like the freak out scene where they do psychedelics. That's
kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
I was like, this feels accurate. I don't know. But this is where the timeline threw me a little, is because she's like, and then we would go watch old classic movies. And I'm like, I think what we know about you, this wouldn't have been a classic movie when you guys were young, right? This would be a relevant movie when you guys were young.
Yep. Right? Yeah.
Or at least moderately so. Easy Rider, what? Early 70s?
Yeah, 69, 70, I think, right around there. Yep. 69, I think, because it was up against True Grit in the Academy Awards. I think True Grit was 69, too.
Yeah, again, that stuff doesn't bother me all that much, but it did, it was at least in my head enough where I'm going, wait a minute, but whatever. Fuck it. Yeah. It's a cartoon.
Nothing matters.
Yeah, nothing matters.
The world's on fire.
They're just generally having an amazing life, and then they have Bart. I did get a laugh at Homer with the spoonful of baby food. They're both just dead-eyed and exhausted, and he's just, with no feeling in his voice, poking the spoon at Bart going, who wants num-nums? Num-nums. Who wants num-nums?
He's just avoiding it each thrust. Yeah.
Just as Homer is just a shell of a man.
Well, something that I think happened before this was the big party. That sound right?
Oh, yeah. They have an apartment party at their place.
And I thought it was fun to see all the Simpson middle-aged people as like 20-somethings.
Yeah.
But are we to fucking believe all these people lived in Capital City? You fucking idiots.
Well, sure. And then they all moved out to the suburbs.
Insanity.
I have that exact same complaint, except like legitimate and made me angry when I was watching Oz.
Yeah.
Everyone on Oz knew each other outside of Oz.
Oh,
apparently.
really?
Every new character that got introduced. Oh, I know that guy. We pulled a job together. Fuck you,
it can't
Oz.
be. Like, what are we, is this the fucking jail in Wyoming? Like,
right.
Like, Jesus Christ, not all the criminals would know each other.
This is the only one in the state.
Yeah.
That show's all right.
I've always been told, but it's not short, so it's an undertaking to start watching.
I think it's 5 seasons.
Yeah, five
or
full
6.
seasons.
Yeah. Good performances, though, especially, and it's one of those you look back and you're like, boy, at the time, this was probably the hottest shit there was.
Isn't the dude who played Winston on the Ghostbusters a big part of that show? Like
Ernie Hudson?
Yep.
Yeah. He's the warden.
Oh, no shit. Okay. I was remember, like, I didn't know anything about this show. I was like, good for Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
That guy that deserves a good role,
I like Ernie Hudson. Yeah. Apparently a very nice guy.
There we go. Yep. Good to hear.
So then they have Bart. You're right. It is fun at the party to see. It's fun throughout this episode to see young versions of characters we know. And that's always fun.
Yeah. Chief Wiggum. The fucking Lovejoys, I think, are there dancing.
Yeah,
all sorts of
the Van Houtens.
comic book guy with the more full head of hair.
Yeah, Kirk Van Houten with his weird mullet.
Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah.
Which again, what year is this?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like no shit.
Why does he have this weird Johnny Rotten punk rock mullet? So then they had Bart, and life turns around. Bart starts ruining shit because Bart sucks and has since birth.
When they're in the grocery store and Kirk Van Houten comes over about some event they're going to have, some kind of get together, and he fucking tricks Kirk into high-fiving him with a fucking toothpick in his hand. So now he's stabbed, and then he fucking squeezes a Tangelo into the and fucking Kirk giving up, oh no, a Tangelo, the most citric of all the citric, or most acidic of all the citric fruits. Oh no, sea salt that has the biggest crystals. Invitation rescinded.
Yeah, so they're not allowed to be friends with the Van Houtens anymore. And Marge's journalism career is suffering because Marge is a journalist for the local newspaper. She's in trouble because all of the stories she's bringing in are all like parent related. Yep. Speaking of Oz, J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons is her boss in this.
Very J. Jonah Jameson with like the way he talks.
It's just J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah. He's drawn like he is in the 60s cartoon.
Mustache.
Yeah, the, like two-tone hair, flat top mustache, doing the J.K. Simmons voice. Yeah. Like, God, he's so good.
Done by J.K. Simmons.
Oh, yeah. 100%. He's very good in Oz. He's the leader of the white supremacy gang. Yeah. Jesus. It's weird to see him in that kind of role because I know him as J. Jonah Jameson.
Or the insurance guy. Farmers.
Oh, right. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Don't need to hear him say the N-word.
No, I don't. But if I'm remembering right, you do.
Oh, I bet.
A bunch.
The late 90s.
Yeah, the late 90s. Really something. So Marge gets fired from her job. Bart ruining everybody's life.
As he does.
He also gets kicked out of daycare because he's an asshole. And then they go to their local church, and we see Reverend Lovejoy. He plays them a video about how only children are evil. Yeah. Like, if you only have one, they're no good.
Well, you're kind of a case study on that.
And would you call me anything but perfect, Nathan?
Charming little boy.
Yeah. My parents just
little sailor suit.
They got it right the first time. Quit while you're ahead,
on
baby.
The good ship, lollipop. Marlon, we appreciate you showing up for this child talent show, but you're 37. If you could, there is an adult talent show,
which isn't a real thing, but should be. Adult talent shows?
Yep. You got 3 minutes. Stage is yours.
Yep.
Do what feels right.
Yep. We're at this community center. Just open call. Come on out. Age 25 to 80.
Someone comes out and just plays a cello at a concerto level, followed by someone who's clearly mentally deficient blowing bubbles for 3 minutes. Okay, big one.
Yay! They start getting sweaty and shaky because they get like 3 no bubbles in a row where they just break it from blowing too hard. Oh no. Dipping it back in the tube real furiously.
Jesus, what a gig. You never know what's going to be your lead-in.
Out there juggling. Man, adult talent show should be a thing.
Very clean-cut, middle-aged white guy just calmly walks on stage, drops trowel, gets on all fours away from the fucking crowd, and shits out a thermos. And it lands bottom down and stands, and that's the talent.
I thought you were going to say that he pours himself a cup of coffee. I mean, I don't want to see it, but that is a talent.
That's a talent.
That
Jesus.
is impressive.
How hard would it be using your hands to drop a fucking tall, skinny thermos, have it land and stay straight up? Like,
now think of doing it with your butthole.
You're not even looking. That's like fucking bat radar.
You don't know if you stuck the landing till you hear the applause.
I bet you don't hear applause because they don't think when they're watching that happen, when they see that silver cone come out of the, it's like, oh, I sure hope it lands upright. You're a fucking lunatic. If you're just not alarmed at the act itself, like, oh, I hope it doesn't tip. I sure hope it don't tip.
Oh, God. Just that sound. Clang. As it hits the stage.
Him getting up and buckling his pants, doing a quick bow, and walking away with his thermos. Leaves the thermos. Some old lady that's going to dance to Yankee Doodle Dandy has to dance around the ass thermos. Doesn't smell good. There's an 88-year-old woman in a wildly frilly dress with a baton. Like Yankee Doodle, I don't like the thermos here at all. It's warm and it's not from coffee.
It's hot on inside and out. Oh, shit. Whew. I'm thinking like a quart thermos, too. Not the one that comes with your lunch box.
A thermos that a man that drinks a lot of coffee will have at a job site all day.
A construction worker's thermos.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Whew.
We're talking 14 inches long, 5 inches diameter.
The size of a beer coaster.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, no, coaster, you're right. Yep, and about 14 inches long. Yeah. That's fucking... You are
talent. That's a talent.
Rocking and rolling if you're getting that inside you. And he comes out in no sign of distress. He's professional. He's well dressed.
Yep. Just a good stride, confident stride.
Yep.
Not limping or nothing.
Jesus. I've seen enough shit on the internet to know this could be possible, but my God. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
You would applaud. You would be so, you'd have to. You'd be so impressed.
And it would have to be the work ones, because the work ones, the handle buckles inward. Like, you can't have the plastic solid handle, because that's too much.
Or the lid has the finger loop because it's the cup.
Honey, I told you to almost died last night in the bathtub. Why do you do it? The talent show, Diane, the talent show. You never believed in me.
It's my last chance to be a star, Diane.
Yeah. Just one solid kick will be up there for good.
These people may not respect me, but they will remember me.
Takes like fourth out of 20.
Honey, that's what mass shooters say. Takes fourth.
Yeah, that would be the weirdest.
Respectable.
Doesn't take last, doesn't take first, does a decent job. Like the judges are awesome. Like any preconceived notions go to the back burner.
Yep.
How did he do?
Judging objectively on your talent. Almost medaled, pushing that
Nothing
medal.
wrong with that.
Oh, God. So they're watching this church video about how only children are bad. Which... that video is insane. Little Janie or whatever, like, she's jumping rope down the sidewalk and then passes somebody, turns around and garrots their fucking neck with this jump rope. My favorite one, because there's a few on this video, she just casually tosses the frisbee off the cliff and the dog just jumps.
Not even all worked up about it, you know?
That dog's so trusting, just goes for the frisbee and casually jumps off a cliff.
How traumatizing would it be to watch that? It's like you're on vacation and a 7-year-old girl throws a frisbee to make a dog jump up to its death.
And then slowly turns and makes eye contact with you.
Yep. Doesn't break it. Waits for you to break it because you will. Like...
God, I laugh so hard at that visual. It's so quick. It's a 2-second thing in that video, and I was dying. So the message of the video being, have another kid.
By God, they do.
And they do. Now they have Lisa. And Bart like has this scene where he's like, what? That's what this was building to? We knew how you guys had Lisa. Like they kind of do a we've covered this joke.
But that's an ongoing joke that I appreciate when they point out like the weakness of like a plot structure. Like,
I agree, but like I've said about them acknowledging the tags, if you know we don't like it, just don't do it. Yeah. So we cut back to them telling the story in the apartment. The lady is gone. The gal in that couple is gone. She's down at the bus stop with her bags packed because this sounds terrible. And then the whole family, it's so weird. The whole family like comes to the window all with big, terrifying fake smiles. And she's the lady who's leaving down there is just like, are you guys actually happy? And Lisa's the one holdout. She's frowning. And then finally, I forget what Marge says to her, but then Lisa breaks into this big, creepy, toothy smile. And she buys it and goes back and takes her man back.
It's something about like Lisa, if people don't get back together, we need people to propagate or it'll be the end of the human race. It's some real big ticket shit. Like the success of humanity relies on you smiling right now.
Yep, some real not Lisa's problem kind of shit. But they put that on Lisa. She does the job. Does pin me, pay me. Yeah. And we're done.
Fun, I guess. I enjoyed seeing the young 20-something Springfieldians.
Yeah, young Springfieldians was fun.
Not a lot of laughs. The little video was fun.
Not a ton. That video is the highlight for me as far as laughs go. I forget how he ends up in the hospital, but at one point Homer's in the hospital, and when younger Dr. Hibbert comes in,
dressed like Prince,
he's dressed like Purple Rain Prince with the frilly shirt, the whole thing.
That's pretty good.
I thought that was really funny. I think we've done that before with him dressed as Michael Jackson.
Yep.
I feel like or Eddie Murphy.
The red leather Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Yep. I feel like we've made that same joke, but I love Prince, so I was like, yeah.
I feel like there was a mildly humorous but nothing great interaction between Homer and his boss at the tooth whitening startup because he's holding baby Bart.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean baby? He's like, well, this is a
he's
baby.
Like, what is that thing on your shoulder?
Yeah, that's what it is. There's no concept of it. And because it's like a slumped sleeping Bart.
Yeah. He's like, but if people get married and have kids, then they won't work as hard as like
they'll have a life.
Yeah, like they'll have other things to think about. No, you're fired. Yeah. What's the best Prince song?
Oh my God!
Right, choose a child.
God, it's gonna take me a second.
It's tough. I mean, because there's a lot. There's a lot of real bangers.
One of his hits that's a slower one. I'm a big fan of.
Purple Rain.
No, that's the first thing that came to mind, but something like that. One of it's a single, but it wasn't like the career-defining single. So it'll take me a while to figure it out. It wouldn't make for good podcasting. Well, how do you? Seems like you have. Seems like you have one loaded up.
It is tough to fucking pick one. It is very tough to pick one. If you put a gun to my head, it's Party Man. I adore
That's
Party
fun
Man.
though. That's a fucking fun song.
Yeah, from the Batman soundtrack. Especially if you get the version from the Batman soundtrack that has the Joker intro in the beginning, because it's the song they play when they're defiling the art gallery.
Yep.
So it's gentlemen, let's broaden our minds, and then they turn on the on the boombox.
That's a fun movie.
That's a great movie. Absolutely. It would Raspberry Beret is up there.
That's a catchy one.
7 is up there. 7 might be like a number 2.
Oh, I'm not even familiar.
7.
What era? What album you think?
Oh, fuck me. I know it from a best of, so that's tough for me to answer off the top of my head, but 7 is very good. Little Red Corvette. They're fucking all good.
Fucking Darling Nikki's fucking good, yeah.
I prefer the Foo Fighters version, which is hard to find.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. I'm not sure where that was released, but that's one of those tough to find ones.
Oh, like You type it into YouTube because someone's always going to pop it up there. I have a few of those songs.
Unless the Prince estate is out there sniping it down, which does happen. Search for a Garth Brooks song on YouTube.
Yeah. Garth Brooks is vigilant.
Yeah.
No Garth Brooks shall pass on YouTube.
You got to buy his music.
Yeah. What do you think is like the big Prince song? Is it Purple Rain?
I bet it's Purple Rain.
Yeah.
I bet if you went to Spotify right now, that has the most plays.
Yeah.
If I were to guess. God, When Doves Cry is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Boy, it's tough.
Party Like It's 1999 was a big hit, too. I think it's Purple
song.
Rain.
Yeah.
Fucking Purple Rain's good.
Yeah. Purple Rain is good. On top of everything, Purple Rain's very good.
Let's Go Crazy. Fuck, that's a big fucking song.
Let's Go Crazy's a banger.
That'd be up there, too, I bet. Like, Prince is one of those people that had like an album or two in the early mid 80s that had like 5 hit singles off it. It's like, oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You know, like, so.
I forget which comedian it was, but when Prince died, he said something online that that was, you ever like read a tweet and be like, fuck, that's exactly what I think, but I couldn't put it into words.
Yeah.
And it was, he said something along the lines of, I always considered Prince to be the Macho Man to Michael Jackson's Hulk Hogan.
Ah, boy, that's a good point.
Like the one was more popular,
a little more
the other
dangerous,
was way
little like
better,
cooler kind of too,
and better like qualitatively.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, fuck, that's perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I haven't done a lot of either deep dives. You take their hits. You take their top 20 singles.
Yeah.
I enjoy Michael Jackson more than Prince.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not me.
I fucking love Billie Jean. That's such a good fucking
Billie
song.
Jean's a good song, yeah.
God, I don't know. The more I think about that, 20 might be too deep. I probably enjoy the 17th most popular Prince song over the 17th most popular Michael Jackson song.
I see what you mean. Yeah. To me, it's Prince, and it's not even close.
Oh, see, I fucking like a lot of Michael Jackson shit. I say that I didn't listen to that album he put out in 1999, like Blood on the Dance Floor.
Well,
like,
I mean, not a lot of us were listening to Prince's music in 1999.
That's good fucking point.
Like, I can't stand by fucking musicology from like 2008 or whatever. Like, I'm not standing by that, am I?
Like, Emancipated was like one of his mid to late 90s ones.
Yeah, I wasn't there for when he was a symbol and not a name.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't around.
See, that's
for that.
when I first kind of knew of Prince, because he was like a punchline on late night on SNL and
in
shit.
the news.
Yep.
That's probably the first time I became aware of him too. Which, boy, that's sad.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, like kind of did it to himself.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
He didn't have to do that.
That's true. Well, we'll do this again next week. What do you say? What do you say?
Why not?
Let's do it. We will do episodes 14 through 18. 14 to 18 of season 29 of The Simpsons.
Which boy band are we going to choose?
Oh, yeah. Who knows?
It's up in the ether right now.
Who can say?
Who could say? So many options.
It's going to be a fun surprise.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy it.
You already got a little taste of... What were we singing earlier?
Backstreet Boys?
No, I mean earlier in this episode.
Oh, God. What was it? We harmonizing on... Good God.
Time of my life.
Time of my life. Thank you.
I need to go to fucking bed.
We play high school, college football. We're all CT'd up.
Oh, man. That was like pushing a thermos out of my ass.
It didn't land upright.
Clang.
All the judges hit their buzzers.
The cane comes out and yanks you off of there.
Get your thermos. Sends you out there. You're holding your pants up because your belt broke.
Oh.
My tummy. Of course. You sat on a thermos in the fuck you think.
I trained so hard. Oh, shit. 14 to 18 for next week, season 29. Find us on the internet at Barley Basket USA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Barley Basket USA gmail.com is the email address. Big things happening in your life this week?
No, I've been on this North Dakota sojourn. Now I'm heading back to the big city.
Oh, yeah. That a boy. Well, enjoy yourself.
Just lie in my bed. Like end stage Brian Wilson. Just laying for hours. And I bet I'm confident no one else has come in fucking not in the last 48 hours. Because a hotel, you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Never know with a hotel.
I didn't watch him wash the sheets. Might not have been washed.
Yeah.
They might just cycle them through the beds. Just unwrap a bed, bring that bedding to the next one, you know?
Why would they do that?
For the people that stay extra nights.
Oh, sure. Just to trick them.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hey, don't do that if you're on a hotel.
Yeah, please don't. That's gross.
Yeah.
Gross. It's real gross. All right, enjoy your big city living, baby. We're out of here.
Bye, everybody.